Legal block from where it was thrown. The back judge threw it, and it is. It's going to be a chop block. Oh, wait. It's going the other way, though. So one of the Bruins defenders cut the legs out from under a Tiger player, and that's going to move Darlington into a first down and into Bruin territory. Let's see where they're going to mark this off. A 15-yarder from the end of the run there, Matt.
Wow.
And that puts them 1st and 10 at the Northwest Whitfield 41.
So the Tigers, as you mentioned, in Bruin territory already. And if you're just tuning in, the Northwest Whitfield Bruins started the game on offense, picked up a first down pretty quick, and then threw an interception. Talon Shirey picked off the pass, and the Tigers have their first possession. 1st and 10. There's a snap from the 41, going to dump it. And Talon Shirey with some green grass. He picks up about 8 yards, gets it down to around the 33.
Nothing like a tunnel screen in Tunnel Hill.
That's right.
And they just popped that one off. A nice gain there on first down. You'll take 8 yards all night on first down.
Was that fully improvised, or were you waiting on the right moment to throw that one out there?
It was off the cuff. But I should have thought of it beforehand.
I liked it. That was nice. That was a good one. All right, so the Tigers will line up. This is going to be a shotgun formation, 2 wide to the near side. Going to have a player in at sniffer on the far side of the formation, Sammy Konchesky. Giving some signals at the line of scrimmage. He gets ready to take the snap. He's got Demarion Floyd in the backfield. Another low snap. It's picked up and handed off to Demarion, and he dives through at the end of the play. This should be a first down.
And then about a 6-yard run there for Demarion. Good to see him back with the juice in his legs. You know, he was having some issues with his knee there in week 2 against Sonoraville. That bye week definitely benefited him. He looks like he's got all of his capabilities back.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 with the ball at the 29-yard line. Darlington Tigers with the ball working from right to left. They are in Bruins territory, trying to get some offense going here early in this football game. Already came up with a big defensive play and an interception on Northwest's first possession of the game. Here's the snap. Konchesky, he drops back looking to throw. He's got some company in the backfield. Is going to have to bail out. Flag on the field. Ball's on the way, and it is caught. Talon Shirey into the end zone, and that would be, what, a
29-yard
touchdown pass.
Yeah, they're going to bring this one back for holding, though.
Yep.
And, you know, we'll see how this looks on the replay. But a nice job by Konchesky there. The pressure got there anyway. He was able to roll out to his left and make a nice throw. Shirey made a nice adjustment on the ball there to catch it. But the officials have called it, and it's coming back. So that's going to set them up with a 1st and 20.
Yep, they're going to be at the 39-yard line here for this next play. So no points on the board just yet in this game. 8:05 left to go here in the first quarter, by the way. This is the first possession of the game for Darlington. There's the snap. Konchesky's, he's got company in the backfield. It's going to take a sack. I don't think he had great awareness of where that player was coming from. Do you?
No, not at all. I mean, that they were trying to set up a screen, so the offensive line will release in that situation. But one of the Bruin defenders sniffed that out, and Konchesky had nowhere to go with the ball, and by the time he tried to make another decision, he was already in a lot of trouble and had to secure the ball, almost fumbled.
I believe that was Dawson Whitmore with the sack there for Northwest, and now the ball's going to be at midfield.
1st and 30, 2nd and 31.
My goodness. Shotgun formation, Floyd in the backfield, 3 wide receivers to the near side. They're going to hand it off. That's actually Miles Twyman he hands it to, and he is on the run, folks. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, gone. Touchdown, Darlington Tigers. A 50-yard scamper to pay dirt, and the Tigers strike first. And one of the things that we didn't really get around to talking about in the pregame is one of the hallmarks of this Darlington Tigers team has been the ability to come up with explosive plays from their playmakers. And there's one right there. That was an unbelievable run by Miles Twyman.
Absolutely, Matt. Just a little delayed handoff, and Twyman hit the hole with a head full of steam and went untouched. That was 2nd and 31 that they were facing there, and they scored a touchdown, and they've cashed in on the turnover and gotten this score first. Huge momentum on the Tiger side.
Extra point on the way from Hendricks Jones, and that is going to be through, and it's 7-0 just like that with 7:16 left to go first quarter.
Yeah, a great opening drive from the Tigers. You can't script it any better than that. They win the toss. They defer to the second half. The defense gets a stop by way of a big turnover. They also had a sack that put Northwest Whitfield in that second and long position where they were kind of forced to take a shot downfield. They get the turnover, and then they take advantage of a penalty and overcome a penalty and a sack and still are able to come away with an opening drive touchdown.
Indeed. And here we are, folks, up 7-0 over Northwest Whitfield. And as we talked about in the pregame, you're looking at a team that's a 4A school, plays in 7-4A, and more than likely will be a playoff team at the end of the season. So they're off to a great start against a really, really good football team. So the ball is now going to be teed up, and the Tigers will kick it away. And I'm having a hard time catching who's handling kickoffs here.
It's 88.
88, okay. DeSalis. There's the kick. That's going to be end over end.
Oh, wow.
And it takes a bounce in in Northwest direction, rather, and gets out to about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, that one had some English on it. If they hadn't gotten on top of it, Darlington almost had a chance to recover that. But again, they've gone with a different strategy here on the kickoff. A nice high, short kick, giving their guys time to get down and cover.
So now we're going to get another look at the Northwest Bruins offense here. Their first drive ended up in an interception picked off by Talon Shirey. They're going to go back to the gun here, 4 wide receivers. We were talking to Coach Groves this week. This is a team that likes to pass it a lot, pass it over 60% of the time based on what they've seen on film so far. They're going to run it this time, though. Running the ball is going to be Knuckles, the quarterback, and he's got some pretty dangerous moves. He picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
Henry Ledbetter off the edge there, forced Knuckles to cut it back inside, and Noah Duggan finished him off for a gain of about 1 yard.
This is going to bring up 2nd and 6. Going to be a 3 wide receiver set on the far side, 1 on the near side. Knuckles lines him up. In the backfield with him is going to be Cameron Collins. There's the snap. He's going to go play action, puts the ball in the air, and connects with his wide receiver. That's a first down throw to Isaiah Foster.
Yeah, just they keep it really simple here. He's got a lot of options, but they're going to throw underneath a lot. And Coach Groves saw that when he scouted this team. He knows their tendencies, but they're going to take their shots downfield as well. But you can look for a lot of quick passes from this Bruins offense.
Ball's now at the 37-yard line. Bruins working left to right. 3 wide receiver set. They turn, hand it off, try to run it up the middle, and that's a good stop. Couple of Tigers on top of them right away, Ian.
Yeah, excellent penetration there. Connor Ellison finished that off. There was nowhere to go, no gain on that play, or a very short one, if anything.
Ball carrier was Cameron Collins. Going to have 3 wide receivers this time, 2 on the far side, 1 on the near for 2nd down and 9. There's the snap. Knuckles dropping back, looking to throw, puts a good ball in the air. Actually, that's nearly intercepted as a Tiger was diving for it just there. That was number 11, Ashton Albers. And that's going to fall incomplete. It was a pretty hard throw.
Yeah, he had his man. I think the pressure forced him to throw that ball a little bit high, and another opportunity for this Tigers defense. They will try to get off the field here on 3rd down.
So 4 wide receiver set this time for 3rd down and 9. 5:55 left to go first quarter. 7-0 Tigers lead it. Northwest with the ball on their side of the field. Quarterback's going to have to run, and he's going to dive forward just about the marker. So it looks like it's going to be a Bruins first down.
Yeah, they scrambled and picked that up, getting the 3rd down conversion, and a big one at that. Darlington had a chance there. They kept him in front, but Knuckles made a little cut and a dive. He knew where that marker was, and he extended and went for it. Heck of a pickup.
So the ball's at the 48-yard line, still on the Bruins side of the field. Bruins with the football. 4 wide receiver set here for 1st down and 10. Man motions from near side to the far side. They're going to hand it off and try to go up the middle, and he carries the pile 2 or 3 yards. That was a hard run from that young man. Catch his number here in just a couple of moments.
Yeah.
That was Cameron Collins.
Yeah, Cameron Collins on the carry there. He was greeted at the line of scrimmage and just kept those legs churning, and he worked for every one of those 3 yards he picked up. The Darlington defense so far against the run has been absolutely rock solid.
2nd and 7 from the Darlington 49. Northwest Whitfield with the ball, trailing at home 7-0. 4 wide receiver set, and a flag comes in. And that's a false start.
Yep, that'll back them up. So penalties right now. The Tigers had that one big holding penalty. They were able to overcome it, and this will be the 2nd penalty on the Bruins, already racking up 20 yards
Yeah.
when it comes to the Hankies.
Oh, no doubt. And, one of the things you notice right away when you look at these two teams, looking over towards the far side to the Darlington sidelines and looking over here on the near side at Northwest Whitfield, definitely the roster stretches out a little bit further down the sidelines.
Yeah.
Now, what should you expect at a 4A school? 4 wide receivers. Shotgun formation. Knuckles takes the snap. He drops back, looking to throw. He's looking downfield. He's got some company in the backfield chasing him around, and he's going to put the ball in the air. That's incomplete.
No.
Hit the ground.
And, oddly enough, he got some high praise from Coach Groves when we were talking to him the other day. He said this kid's got some Manziel in him. And that time the pressure came from Darlington's defensive front. They only rushed 4, but he was able to bounce outside and make a play. We do have a flag on this one, so it looks like the Bruins might get caught holding here. And that's something that happens when your quarterback improvises. Oh, it's an eligible receiver. That also happens when you're back there improvising. So another 5 yards in the wrong direction for the Bruins, and that's a good thing for the Darlington Tigers.
One of the guys that was chasing after the quarterback there almost got to him. It looked like was Jaron Payne.
Yeah, Jaron was hot on his trail, and he almost completed that pass.
So this is going to set up 3rd down and 11 with the ball at the 46-yard line. Bruins still on their side of the field, so Darlington trying to pin their ears back on defense to get a stop here on 3rd down. 3 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near, dropping back his Knuckles, puts a quick pass in the air, and that's going to be incomplete. And the defense got there right away, and that was Aiden Davis who had him well covered.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That ball was actually put where it needed to be by Knuckles. It was high as where his receiver could go up and get it. It was hot, though. And Aiden Davis did a good job of making contact right when the ball was getting there to break that pass up. And that's going to force the Bruins to punt this thing away. And, again, if you were scripting how you want this thing to go for the Darlington Tigers, it is falling right in line as they'll get the ball back here with another stop.
Hudson Gray is going to punt it away. Talon Shirey stands at the near hash about the 20-yard line, and here comes another Hanky out onto the field there, Ian.
Oh, this is going to be on Darlington. Their second penalty. And this will at least make Northwest Whitfield think about it. The ball is now on the 49-yard line. They will keep their punt team on. They're not going to take any chances this early in the ball game.
Tigers are going to shift some personnel around now. And this is going to be 4th down and 6. Here's the snap. Here's the kick, a rugby-style kick that's going to land at about the 15 and roll all the way into the end zone. They tried to pin it near the goal line but couldn't get it to it in time.
Good hustle there by Hank Harrison. He was trying to get there desperately and made a diving attempt, but that ball crossed the plane of the goal line, and Darlington will start this possession, their second of the game, at their own 20-yard line, and we'll see if this offense can come back out and keep things cooking.
Oh, absolutely. And so the first 2 drives of the game, the first one for Northwest ends in a Talon Shirey interception, and their second drive ends in a punt. Tigers have scored on their first possession after the interception. They would score on a 50-yard run from Twyman, and their backs were kind of up against the wall at that point after a penalty. So
and a sack.
Big play and a sack. So anyway, 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 20, working right to left. 3 wide receiver set. There's the snap, a low snap, picked up, handed off to Demarion Floyd. Tries to get out into space on the right side, and he's pushed out of bounds.
Late hit, absolutely. Indeed. I mean, they hit him 5 yards out of bounds into the tent over there. I hope everybody's okay. That's why they throw the flag, though, Matt. That's a dangerous hit to put on somebody.
So it was going to be a pickup about 5 or 6 yards, but now obviously you have the penalty yards involved, so they'll march off those yards, and he is going to stop and place the ball just with the nose on it at the 40-yard line. So the Tigers already have advanced the ball 20 yards.
Demarion Floyd, that was a nice run. He really didn't have anywhere to go, but he was able to pick up 5 yards, and penalties really hurting the Bruins, helping the Tigers at this point.
So 3 wide receivers to the near side. This is 1st and 10 now from the Tigers 40. They're working from right to left, leading at 7-0 on the road. Here is a pass to the near side to Hendricks Jones. He's got some green grass. Nice stiff arm. Got a flag that comes in. He got across to about the 40, but what do you think the flag's going to be?
I'm not sure. We'll see. Could be a hold downfield. I didn't see the hit.
Officials having a conference around the 40-yard line where he ended up.
Yes, they are.
And here's the call. It's a hold on the offense. So this one's coming back.
And that'll probably be a spot foul. It was a 20-yard gain.
So he will march off the penalty yards. And now it's going to be at the 49-yard line.
Yeah. So third penalty for Darlington. That's 25 yards they've racked up. But because it was a 20-yard gain, it'll set up a 1st and 1. So not all bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of an interesting scenario there.
Playbook's wide open.
Absolutely. Let's see what they dial up. 2 wide receivers to the far side. You're going to have, I believe, Floyd in the backfield here with Sammy Konchesky. Here's the snap. He turns, hands it off. A nice spin move by Demarion Floyd. My goodness. And he gets down to inside the 44-yard line.
Yeah,
wow.
Nice run there. Another 6 yards for Demarion. And, you're going to get a 6-yard run like that. But he made it look impressive, that spin move. He shook 2 guys by planting that left foot and hitting a spin.
So 2 wide on the far side. Floyd's going to remain in the backfield here. Got a sniffer here at the near side of the formation. 3:33 left to go in the first quarter. There's the snap. Passes on the way, and he caught it. That was a nice grab.
Yeah.
Had coverage all over him, and Talon Showery is able to reel it in, and that's going to be about a 5-yard gain there on the play. But he had a defender all over him.
And that ball felt like it was in the air for an eternity, too. So a really, really nice grab there as Konchesky delivered that one.
Tigers lead at 7-0. 3:04 and the clock ticking here in the first quarter of the ball game. Ball is going to be at the 39-yard line when the Tigers trot back to the line of scrimmage, which they do as we speak. Going to send 3 wide to the near side this time. Floyd remains in the backfield with Sammy Konchesky, the quarterback. Konchesky takes the snap. He turns, hands it right back to Demarion Floyd. Bulldozes his way forward, and they're going to push him back. I'm not sure how much he was able to get of that.
Maybe a yard.
Maybe a yard at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good defense, and it was big Miles Mays that made the tackle there. That guy is no joke.
So the Tigers will try again. This is going to be 3rd and 4 to go, and the ball is going to be at the 37-yard line of the Bruins side of the field. Tigers working from right to left. 3 wide, near side, 1 on the far side. They looked like he jumped on the line of scrimmage there on the defensive side.
Flag stayed put, though.
Yeah. But
Konchesky's checking at the line. 3 seconds left on the play clock. They need to hurry.
And they didn't get it. That's going to be a delay of game, a 5-yard penalty.
Timeout. They're going to.
They got a timeout in.
Yeah.
Good. All right, so we're going to take it as well. 7-0, Darlington on top. 1:53 left here in the first quarter. Big 3rd down coming up after a 30-second break. On the board because the pot that is dialed into the signal that we're sending, it's pushed all the way up and it just doesn't have enough juice, so we got to get the engineer to work on that one. Just one of those little nuances there. But anyway, Tigers go back to the line of scrimmage for a 3rd and 5. The ball is at the 39-yard line. There's the snap. They're going to keep the ball in the quarterback's hands, and he's going to be brought down. That was looked like a horse collar, didn't it?
Absolutely looked like a horse collar. He might have gotten the jersey, and there's some gray area there. Regardless, they got a first down.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
a good run there by Sammy Konchesky. And there's the replay on that again.
yeah, I mean, it looked,
it was close.
yeah. I mean, it's still dangerous whether you pull by the pad or the jersey. It's a high risk for injury there. And that was actually the first third down that Darlington had to face, and they converted it. Kept this drive alive.
So the ball is now at the 34-yard line in Bruins territory. Shotgun formation, 3 wide set, 2 on the far side, 1 on the near. There's the snap. They're going to hand it. Nope, keep it. Quarterback keeps the ball. He runs to the near side, got some green grass in front of him. He's at the 15, and inside the 10, they haul him out of bounds. Another good run from Sammy Konchesky.
Great read there by Sammy Konchesky. If he had left that ball with Demarion Floyd, it was going to be a loss of 4 or 5 yards. He pulled that at the right time, at the last minute, was able to shake Miles Mays, who was ready to disrupt, then break another tackle at the line of scrimmage and get upfield for a 20-yard gain and set up 1st and goal for the Tigers at the 10-yard line.
So the Tigers get lined up with the nose of the ball right at the 10. 3 wide receivers to the far side. In the backfield is going to be Demarion Floyd. Sammy Konchesky takes the snap. He turns. They hand it off this time, go up the middle, and he's going to be brought down after what looks to be a short gain, maybe a couple of yards there for Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd's 5th carry. That time he didn't get anything. The middle was absolutely clogged up by Bruins defenders. And guess who? Number 11, Miles Mays.
So this is going to bring up 2nd down here for the Tigers with the ball at the 8-yard line with time starting to wind down here in the first quarter of the ball game. 40 seconds left here on the clock. Shotgun formation as we get ready for Konchesky to take the snap. He's got it. He's going to swing it out to Demarion Floyd, trying to get him out into space, and they string him out and get him out of bounds. I don't think he got anything there, Ian.
No, loss of 2 actually is what it looked like, because they actually threw that ball. That was right along the line of scrimmage. Let's see if he got anything. Not much.
No. Looks like the nose of the ball is going to be sitting right on the far hash at the 9-yard line. So this brings up 3rd down and goal here for the Darlington Tigers as they get ready to go back to the line of scrimmage with 28 seconds left here on the clock remaining in the first quarter, with Darlington leading at 7-0, trying to go up by 2 scores. Wide receiver to the near side, 2 on the far side. Konchesky takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. There's the pitch. Gives it to Talon Shirey. Cuts to the near side. And now he's going to go all the way to the sidelines, and he's going to be hauled out of bounds inside the 5. So Shirey on the reverse there, and he's able to get it to around the 5-yard line.
And that's a play that has worked for a touchdown at least once this season. I feel like it's happened more than that, to be honest with you. Just a little end around, if you will, a little fancier than that. But Shirey did a good job. It was well defended by the Bruins, and he made some nice cuts to pick up positive yards. And we're going to see the Tigers attempt a field goal. It'll be Hendricks Jones from 23 yards. 22.
Yeah, I think 22.
Okay.
We'll see. No. Yep, 22. It's going to be a 22-yard attempt here for Jones. Here's the snap. Hold looks good. Kicks on the way, and that one's going to be no good.
Nope. Off the left upright. And he was kicking that one from the left hash. Had plenty of leg. It just absolutely bricked off the upright. If you were watching the game with the Jets and the Bills on Monday night, you saw one that hit the upright and ricocheted in through. It was a long field goal as well, but that good fortune not on the Tigers' side as they drive the ball, 75 yards, started at their own 20, drive at 75 yards, come away with no points there.
Very, very frustrating way for that drive to end. Now Northwest takes over, and there's a pitch, a little option play here to the near side, and he's going to be hauled out of bounds. I don't think there was much there.
Nothing. Sammy Konchesky was there. They went a little option, and Konchesky absolutely shut that down.
So that brings up 2nd and 10 after no gain. Ball remains at the 20-yard line. Northwest Whitfield working from left to right. 2 wide on the near side, 2 on the far side. Knuckles takes the snap. He's going to put the ball in the air. A screen pass connects with a receiver, and he's able to gain about 5 yards on the play. That was number 46, Jacob Lee.
And that'll end the first quarter.
All right, so we're going to take a break with the Darlington Tigers leading it at the end of one, 7-0. You're listening to Darlington Tigers football here on WLAQ and also the live YouTube stream from Darlington School. We'll be right back in 1 minute.
At Rome Orthopedic Center, we salute students, freshmen and seniors, athletes and artists, first stringers and choral singers, band majors and game changers. We hope you never need orthopedic care, but if you do, choose the only practice in the Rome area solely dedicated to the orthopedic needs of the students and families in our community. Rome Orthopedic Center. To make an appointment, call 706-292-0040.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
Well, welcome back to Tunnel Hill, Georgia. And Ian, at the start of the game, we were at 78 degrees. It's already dropped 4 degrees. We're down to 74.
Love it.
So
Love it.
Even better football weather. And
As long as you don't freeze our pens and make our papers floppy, we're okay.
That's exactly right. All right, now Northwest is going to line up working from right to left as we swap sides of the field. They've got it with third down, rather, and there's a quick pass, and boy, look
Excellent
at the defense right there. The wide receiver, by the way, Ian, was 13, Isaiah Foster. Who came up with that tackle right there?
Oh, that was Aiden Davis. It was 13 on 13 out there, and it was just him and the receiver. Great solo tackle there on third down, and that's going to force the Bruins to punt this thing away. A 3-and-out from the Darlington defense. And you got a dangerous return man back there in Talon Shirey.
Absolutely, and he's going to be standing on the far hash at around the 36-yard line. And we've already seen one big explosive play here in this football game, and they're going to kick it away from him, which I would say is a pretty good decision.
Yeah. Intelligent
They've watched
decision.
the film, huh?
Yeah, and watching them in warm-ups, I was watching their punters. They kick a low driving kick that's going to – it's not really a rugby style, but it seems to bounce short, and that's going to limit the return game for Darlington. And that takes a big weapon away from the Tigers. But, again, other than the missed field goal for the Tigers, it's all gone their way so far tonight. They'll have 70 yards to pay dirt to start this third drive.
Yep, the Tigers will start off at their own 30, working from left to right on your radio dial. Darlington Tigers leading this one 7-0 with 11:10 left to go in our first half of play. As we go along throughout our night, we'll relay some other scores for you. Most teams wrapping up non-region schedule. Get ready for region play next week, but there's some big matchups.
I've got some scores for you when the time allows.
I look forward to it. Trips to the far side, couple to the near. Empty backfield for Sammy Koncheski. He's going to motion Talon Shirey towards the far side, gives him the ball. This is going to be a sweep, and, man, he stays up and gets about 7 or 8 yards. And it looked like there wasn't going to be a whole lot there. That was a big play.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little jet sweep there, but it was a read. Koncheski went with the give, and Shirey just put the brakes on. He faked Lucas Amos right out of his shoes and got upfield to pick up 6.5, 7 yards.
So now the ball is going to be at the 37-yard line after you mentioned a pickup of 7 yards there for Talon Shirey. That sets up a 2nd and 3 for the Tigers with 10:36 and the clock ticking here in the second quarter. They're going to line up in a gun, going to send a couple of wide receivers to the far side of the field. And we get ready for Koncheski to take the snap with Floyd in the backfield. He'll turn, hand it off to Floyd, and he muscles through and gets a couple of yards. This sets up a 3rd and short here for the Tigers.
I think they're going to. The spot looks like a first down to me.
Kind of spit out at the end of the play, and like you say, they're moving the chains. Don't let me sell him short.
Hey, we'll take it all day long.
Absolutely.
The 7th first down for this Darlington offense here in the first half, as they have been moving the chains. They got down inside the 10, and then the Bruin defense definitely tightened up down there. They've got some big fellas on that defensive line. But the Tigers' offense has been executing at a high level so far tonight, Matt.
So this is 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Tigers still on their side of the field, threatening to move it into Bruin territory. Here's a quick pass, and that's to Talon Showery. He is going to stay up across the 50, and they are in Bruins territory after that play. Another first down for the Tigers. Wow.
They sure are. Sammy Konchesky is now 5 for 5 for 45 yards, Matt. He is putting the ball on the money. It's coming out before the receivers even turn around. That was a timing pattern, and it was delivered precisely where it needed to be. And then Talon Showery does what Talon Showery does and makes guys miss and gets those extra hard-fought yards.
By the way, we got the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game coming up at the end of the night. Talon won it last week, and he's in the running again already today. 4 wide receivers working left to right. Tigers drop back. First down, and that one's going to be intercepted. My goodness, he batted it down, and he is going to run it back. That's a pick 6 for big number 11, Miles Mays. And what a turn of events. That is going to be from the 49-yard line on the opposite side of the field.
51 yard.
51 yards. Interception.
And that's how quick it can all turn around. Miles Mays shows he's not just a big body. He went up and he got a hand up. You can't get to the quarterback, get a hand up. He got 2 hands up, and the ball stuck to him. And then he had the wherewithal and the athleticism to get upfield and score the touchdown. Tip of the cap there, but a huge momentum-shifting play there by the Bruins' big defensive tackle.
So now the Bruins will try to tack on the extra point. Looks like. All right, number 68 is going to handle the kick. J.J. Plaza, who kicked the game winner against North Murray last week, right here at home. 2 seconds left in the game when he kicked that one. Here is the kick on the way, and that one is going to be wide. Nope, it's through. Thought it was going to be wide right for a second there, but it's through.
I'm wondering how long that game-winning field goal was, because that barely got over the upright.
I think it was 32 yards, unless I'm badly mistaken. But nonetheless, that one's going to be through. And the score is going to be even, 7-7 with 9:08 left to go here in the second quarter of football.
And I'm telling you right now, you got to take advantage of your opportunities when you have them, because momentum can shift in the blink of an eye, and that's what just happened. The first quarter and 3 minutes was all Darlington. Looked like they might go down and get another score. They've been moving the ball well, but just one play has evened this thing up, and we are all knotted up at 7 with 9:08 left in the second quarter.
I want to take an opportunity to thank our radio sponsors for making it possible for us to be here tonight. Atrium Health Floyd, Avery Drugs, Embry Painting, Ford Giddings and Kane. Got a new one tonight and the rest of the season. Georgia Lottery, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Harbin Clinic, the Honeymoon Bakery, Riverside Auto Group, Room Orthopedic Center, and Ware Mechanical. We appreciate you. Here comes the kick. It is on the way, and that one is going to spiral into the hands of a Darlington Tiger, who's going to bring it out, and staying up is Miles Twyman across the 30. So a pretty good return there for Miles.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a line drive kick. A good job by Twyman there. He fielded that at the 11-yard line. Had to stop his momentum and then get the engine rolling again. But I tell you, you want to talk about physical development in an off season. Miles Twyman, who had some bright moments last year as a freshman, I mean, you can just tell he's been working on his strength and conditioning in the off season. He's bulked up. He's a lot faster. He's making a lot of big plays and contributing to this team. Had to carry the load while Floyd was out for a game as well. I think he got every carry in that Sonoraville game.
Oh, unbelievable performance from him, and he was our Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game that night. 3 wide receivers on the far side. Sammy Konchesky's going to line them up. 1st and 10 from the 30, and we've got a whistle and
timeout.
A timeout.
Bruins. Yeah.
All right, so let's take it as well. 9:01 left to go, second quarter. All tied up at 7 apiece. We'll be right back in 30 seconds. We welcome you back in to Tunnel Hill, Georgia, home of the Northwest Whitfield Bruins. Darlington Tigers are here tonight playing Game 4 of the season in Week 5 of the regular season for high school football. Region play starts next week at the friendly confines of Chris Hunter Stadium against Dade County. Right now we're tied up at 7 apiece. 3 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near for 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 30 as they open up this drive. They're going to hand it off, give it to Demarion Floyd, and he's going to be brought down almost instantly. Might have picked up a yard or two with a great effort, but there was not much there.
Yeah, there really hasn't been much up the middle, but you've got to keep the defense honest and keep plugging away and try to run between the tackles. Most of Darlington's success has come out on the edge in the running game, other than a few keeps by Sammy Konchesky on the read option.
This brings up 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. 3 wide receivers on the far side. Shotgun formation. Demarion Floyd is going to be on the right side of Sammy Konchesky. All tied up at 7 apiece. Here's the snap. Konchesky drops back. He's looking to throw. He's got to take the snap with Demarion Floyd in the backfield with him. He drops back, looking to throw, puts the ball in the air. Cutting up the middle of the field is none other than Talon Shirey. They got a 1st down. He's still on the run. Nice stiff arm, and they get him out of bounds at around midfield. Man, what a playmaker.
Nice safe call there with the screen, and you get your guys the ball in space and see what happens. And Talon Shirey that time, how many did he pick up there?
I think about 25 yards.
25 yards.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, they got it. They started at the 25. They got it right at the nose of the ball at midfield. That was a heck of a play.
Darlington's 9th first down so far this half.
All right, 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 in the near. We get ready for Konchesky to take the snap at midfield with 1st down. Tigers working left to right. They're going to hand it off to Miles, and he's going to be brought down for a loss of about 5. That was a good defensive effort there from Northwest Whitfield.
Yeah, Caden Ramsey's having himself a drive. He got the sack earlier, and now he's got another tackle for loss here. And Konchesky, you could see it. He wished he had kept and pulled that ball. He saw the end crashing down, but that's a split-second decision that the quarterback has to make each and every time when you're running that read option. That time it was the wrong call, and Twyman had nowhere to go.
Now we're under 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter with both teams with 7 points on the board. This brings up 2nd and 15 with the ball now at the 45-yard line back in Darlington territory. Tigers have the ball. They get ready to take the snap with 3 wide to the near side. There's the snap. Konchesky drops back, looking to throw, puts it up middle of the field, and that's going to be behind the receiver, a little bit over his head, and that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, and you can see Konchesky's looking over to the sideline. I mean, he had plenty of time there. He let that one go really, really quick. And the ball, I just think the ball just came out a little funny because that was high and behind Hendricks Jones, the intended target there.
So 6:38 left to go here in the second quarter, and this is going to bring up 3rd down and 15 after the incomplete pass for the Tigers with the ball at the 45-yard line on the Tigers side of the field. This time they're going to line up with 3 wide on the near side, 1 on the far side. Aiden Davis is the receiver on the far side. And we get ready for Konchesky to take the snap, and he drops back. He's got 2 guys on top of him. Works to his right, puts the ball in the air, and is it caught? Davis, no, couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
No, and Konchesky did a great job there to elude the pressure and roll out to his right. And Aiden Davis was coming back to the ball like a receiver's supposed to in that scramble drill. Konchesky put that the only place he could. It was just going to be a tough catch as Aiden Davis was going to the ground and couldn't reel it in. So the Tigers will have their first punt of the game.
Indeed they will, and Talon Shirey is going to punt it away. Man back deep here, Hudson Gray for Northwest Whitfield. It looks like he's going to stand about the middle of the field around the 20-yard line. And we get ready for the snap to Shirey. It's on the way, and here comes the kick. That one's going to be a spiraling kick that's going to drop in at about the 21. Ooh. It rolls, bounces behind the receiver there, and he's going to drop back to around the 3 or 4, so they're going to be pinned back.
Yeah, and I think Gray had no choice but to cover that because it looked like it could have touched him there. I'm not sure if it made contact. The ball didn't seem to change its trajectory, but just to be safe, he dove on top of it. A turnover opportunity nearly for the Tigers there, but that's going to start them. Let's see where they end up spotting the ball.
Think about the 4.
Yep, 4-yard line.
Wow. So the Bruins will have the ball at their own 4-yard line, backed up close to their goal line to start their next drive here in the second quarter with 6:19 left to go until we get to halftime with both teams with 7 points on the board. And Knuckles will line them up. He is standing in the end zone. Man back in the backfield with him. He'll turn and get the ball out quick to a wide receiver. Good play. And they got a first down. He stays up, breaks a couple of tackles. I think that was Hudson Gray who caught that pass. Nope, it wasn't. It was number 7, Austin Cooley. And that's a first down. That was a good play, Ian.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a formula here when they drop back. They're going to throw these quick.
There's the snap. He drops back again, puts it up the middle of the field, and they're going to bring him down after a gain of 4 or 5 yards, I think.
Yeah, that was a crossing pattern. That's the first time we've seen him go to that crossing pattern. Sam Wooten, Mike linebacker for the Tigers, was all over it.
And they went to Austin Cooley again on that play, and he got about 2 yards. So that's going to set up a 2nd down and 8. With the ball at the 20, dropping back his Knuckles, looking to throw it again here, but this time he's going to have to tuck the football and run, it looks like. He's out towards the far sideline, stays up, and he gets out across to about the 28-yard line, so good pickup for him.
Yeah, this kid can definitely motor and elude defenders because the pressure was coming from Henry Ledbetter. And then you had Sam Wooten and Noah Duggan on the pursuit to the outside, and it will set up a 3rd down.
So 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 on the far. Knuckles ready to take the snap from the gun after the quarterback just picked up about 6 yards, setting up this 3rd and 3. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to run this one. A flag comes in, though, and this is likely a hold, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, in that position of the field, some kind of illegal shift, a hold, or block. So this one should be coming back. We'll see what the call is as the officials meet on the far side of the field right around the 40. Here's the call. Oh, they're waving the flag off.
Oh, okay.
So that will be a 1st down.
All right.
So this drive started back at the 4-yard line of Tunnel Hill and is now out to the 36. Or 37.
38 even.
Good Lord. Come on in.
Shotgun formation, trips to the near side, 1 receiver on the far side. Knuckles is going to line him up in a gun with 5:28 left to go here in the second quarter. And we get ready for the snap. Knuckles, he's going to pump fake. He's going to keep the ball, runs up the middle of the field, and he's going to be drugged down to his feet. And I believe that was Henry Ledbetter there with the stop.
It was Henry Ledbetter. He came off the edge there. Pressure was coming from all over the place for the Tigers. You had Evan Parton coming after him. You had Connor Ellison, and then Henry Ledbetter cleaned it up.
So this time they're going to have 4 wide, 2 on each side. Knuckles lines him up, 2nd and 9. Here's the snap. He's going to throw a quick pass. They connect on the far side to number 7, one of his favorite targets, Austin Cooley. And they get a pickup of 3 or 4 yards on that play, setting up 3rd and 4 or 5.
Yeah, just a little out route there. Knuckles puts the ball on the money, and he got absolutely hammered by Aiden Davis and Sam Twente out there. Another 3rd down. Can the Tigers get off the field?
Let's find out. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 on the far. Knuckles looks off to the sidelines. Right now there's 15 seconds on the play clock as Northwest takes their time. There's a snap. Knuckles dropping back, looking to throw. He's got company in the backfield. That's Duggan chasing him around. Also Jaron Payne getting over there, and he throws it out of bounds.
Great job there by Jaron Payne on the boundary to not deliver the blow. You're trying to put pressure on the quarterback, and you want to level him, but he held off and avoided a costly penalty, and the Tigers get off the field. And let's not forget, Matt, they won the toss. They deferred. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left in the half. A nice long drive here would benefit the Tigers greatly as they will receive the opening kickoff for the second half.
Glad to have you with us. When we get to halftime tonight, we're going to relay a bunch of scores to you, a bunch of games going on around the area. And even though, most of them, if not all of them, we'll talk about will be non-region games, there's some really interesting matchups on the list of games. And then, of course, the rubber meets the road coming up next week as teams are going to be in their region schedules. All right, folks, we'll see Northwest Whitfield punt it away. Talon Shirey is going to be standing around the 26-yard line. Oh, they're going to fake it. Nope. And they're going to kick it to Talon. It goes over his head. Ball's loose.
My goodness. Miles Twyman fell on that.
My goodness.
Yeah, so a change of pace there. All night it's been low driving kicks. This time, nice high arching kind of end over end kick there, and Shirey tries to reel it in. Willie Mays style over the shoulder, muffs the punt, but fortunately for the Tigers, Miles Twyman was quick to hop on that ball and avoid a costly turnover.
So the Tigers are going to start at their own 10 to begin this drive after the punt. And now they're going to line up in a gun, send a couple of wide receivers, well, 3 on the near side, a couple on the far side. They'll line up with an empty backfield here for Sammy Konchesky here for 1st and 10 from the 10. Konchesky takes the snap, drops back, has company, has to tuck and run it immediately, and he picks up 2 or 3 yards. That was the only choice he had there, it looked like.
Yeah, it looked like a design draw there. He looked outside, immediately tucked. So that was a designed run, but well defended again. And guess who on the tackle? Yep, it was Miles Mays.
Wow. So that brings up 2nd down and 7 here for the Darlington Tigers with 4:08 remaining here until we get to halftime with both teams with 7 points on the board locked up. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Everybody else is going to be in tight. In the backfield with Sammy Konchesky is Demarion Floyd. And Konchesky getting ready to take the snap here. Floyd's going to now move to his right. And there's the snap. Sammy drops back, looking to throw, puts the ball in the air, and that's going to be incomplete. Intended wide receiver was Talon Shirey.
Yeah, and that's, we've seen Konchesky throw some balls that have hung up out to the boundary a few times. That time, the Bruin defender, and I didn't catch his number, he broke on it early. It was number 8, Chance Whitfield, and he was eyeballing a pick 6 there for sure.
So the Tigers back to the line of scrimmage with a 3rd and 7 with the ball right now, I think, at the 12-yard line. And Sammy getting ready to take the snap. Bruins get ready to pounce. There's a quick pass, and he connects the receiver, but the defense was all over it, and that sets up 4th down, an obvious punt situation.
And they've gone to that tunnel screen a few times on 3rd down. That time, that tendency was sniffed out by number 32, Tony Bernecki, who made the play there. And Darlington goes 3 and out, and we'll have to punt this thing away with 3 minutes left here in the 2nd quarter.
So the Tigers bring on the punt team. 19 seconds left on the play clock. 3:08 remains on the game clock. And they will take that play clock almost all the way down and try to take as much time as they can here from the Northwest Whitfield Bruins offense. It's now down to 5. There's the snap. And here is the kick. That one's going to be end over end, drops in. It's going to be fielded and brought out about midfield, cuts towards the inside. He jumps over a Tiger defender, and there's a flag that comes in.
Yeah.
The return man was Isaiah Foster.
They may get an extra 15 there. Let's see here at the end of the play what happened. There was no late hit. Not on the return man anyway, but I did see them pointing downfield, so we'll see what the call is here. And it will be a block in the back. If that's a spot foul, it'll still be great field position for the Bruins, but they were going to be set up inside the Darlington 30.
But instead, they're going to be at the 42-yard line on Darlington's side of the field. So as you mentioned, still going to be excellent field position for them. But let's see if the Tigers can get a stop here. 2:41 left to go here in the half. And as we were talking about earlier, the Darlington Tigers would win the toss before the game, deferred to the 2nd half. So if you can get a stop here, keep things tied up, know you're having the ball coming out of the locker room, that's the best situation I think you can hope for right at the moment.
No doubt.
All right, Knuckles is going to line them up in the gun. Two wide receivers on the far side. He's going to throw to the near. That is going to be caught. Cuts back inside now towards the sidelines, and he's going to be hauled out of bounds around the 11. That was number 2, Hudson Gray. A big play for Northwest Whitfield. Wow.
My goodness, I thought that was going to be a pick 6. I believe it was Aiden Davis that broke on that ball. I couldn't see his number on the replay. Or it might have been Demarion Floyd. I thought he was going to break on that and take it the other direction. We've got a penalty, though.
It's a flag.
Yet another penalty, and penalties have really been a problem for the Bruins.
Well, that really helps the Tigers in this situation for sure.
Was that an illegal shift? Is that what they called? Yeah. That's 7 penalties that I have by my count for 65 yards here in the first half, and that was a big one.
And this one brings them all the way back to the 47-yard line, so they're almost back up against midfield. And with 2:33 left to go, this is going to be first down here for the Bruins in 15. Shotgun formation, trips to the far side, one receiver to the near. They're going to turn, hand it off, and he's going to be brought down after a pickup of about 3 yards. So he got
gang tackled there by a host of Tigers that included Ashton Albers and Sam Wooten and several others. The clock is running. Darlington really, it'd be great if they could get another possession, but just getting off the field here and trying to keep this thing all knotted up at 7 to get to the locker room would be a win for the Tigers.
2:05 left to go in the half. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 12 for the Bruins. Here's the snap. Knuckles drops back, has a clean pocket all day long. Now he's got some company in the backfield, and he puts the ball in the air, connects with the receiver, and picks up about 7 yards on the play. And that was a nice grab over near the sidelines by the wide receiver, number 13, Isaiah Foster.
And Knuckles had time to eat a sandwich, wash it down with a soda, maybe have a cookie from Buc-ee's, and then he had to roll out to his right, and he found a receiver, setting up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, but he can't have our cookies from Buc-ee's.
Nah,
We're keeping those for
are
ourselves.
special cookies.
3 wide receivers to the near side, one on the far. Dropping back is Knuckles, and he's got company this time. Cuts towards the near side of the field, and he's going to go out of bounds.
And it'll depend on the spot.
Yeah.
This may be 4-down territory. I thought Henry Ledbetter got held right there. But Knuckles was able to improvise once again, and now it's decision time. It looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field.
Absolutely. So it's 4th down and 2 here for the Bruins. They're going to have 2 wide on the near side, 1 on the far. In the backfield is going to be number 46, Jacob Lee, with the quarterback, Knuckles. And let's see what they dial up here for 4th and 2. As they want to try to get a score here before we get to the locker room. It looks like they're going to take a timeout. Have a little bit of conversation time.
Burn one.
Let's burn one as well. 1:43 left to go here in the first half, 7-7. 4th down and 2 for Northwest Whitfield coming up after a 30-second timeout. Welcome back to Tunnel Hill, Georgia. We're at the home of the Northwest Whitfield Bruins. Bruins have the ball right now on a 4th and 2 situation against the Darlington Tigers. They have it on the Tigers side of the field at the 34-yard line as we edge towards halftime. We got 1:43 left to go here in this half with both teams locked up at 7 apiece. Shotgun formation, 2 wide on each side of the formation. Knuckles takes the snap. He turns, looking to throw, puts it up, a screen pass, and he stops him well short. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. What a play from Mr. Sam Wooten.
Sam Wooten sniffed that one out. They tried to run that little swing pattern out there to the flats, and he read it beautifully. Number 6, that was Cameron Collins, made the catch, but by the time he wasn't even able to turn around and try to gain a yard because Wooten had buried him into the turf. And now, with 2 timeouts left, Darlington can try to mount a scoring drive here and take the lead into the locker room.
And they're going to get the ball at the 34-yard line on their side of the field to start out. How many timeouts left?
2.
Two.
By my count, they've only used 1.
All right, so 3 wide receivers to the near side, and Konchesky's getting ready to take the snap with Floyd in the backfield. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off and go up the middle and pick up about 5 or 6 yards. So good start here to the drive. And a good run from Demarion Floyd.
Absolutely. There hasn't been a lot of running room for these Darlington backs other than Twyman's big run. But they'll go tempo now.
Here's 2nd and 6, 3 wide to the near side. Tigers with it at the 38-yard line. And I think we had some movement up front, huh?
Yeah. I'll back them up 5.
So they'll give those 5 yards right back to the Bruins.
Yes, they will.
That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 here for the Tigers with 1:07 left to go here in the first half. Both teams with 7 points.
Minute and 7 seconds left. What do you dial up here, Matt? That's why they don't pay us for that.
No. 2 wide receivers to the far side. 2nd and 10. There's the snap. They're going to fake the handoff. Quarterback is going to keep the ball, find some room on the outside, and is able to pick up about 7 or maybe 8 yards. We'll see where the spot is.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see them let the clock roll here with it being 3rd down. And if they can pick up the 1st down, then they start burning these timeouts and seeing if they get into field goal range or in a spot where they can take a shot at the end zone.
45 seconds left on the clock. Tigers roll back to the line of scrimmage. Going to send a few wide to the far side. Konchesky get ready to take the snap. He's got the ball. He turns, is going to hand it off. You had Demarion Floyd bounce off a defender. He finds some room, gets the 1st down, moves the chains, stops the clock.
Yep. And now you either get on the ball and spike or you take that timeout because you can afford to take some shots at the end zone here and get to the locker room with a tie at the very least. And they will take a timeout.
Indeed they will. And we will go ahead and take it with them. 25.3 seconds left on the clock. Locked up at 7 apiece between the Darlington Tigers and the Northwest Whitfield Bruins here in Tunnel Hill. We're back in 30 seconds. We're glad to have you with us tonight here.
Football.
It does. And, you know, we can't leave out our buddy Lynn Butler back at the studio.
Heck no.
Yeah. I called him during the break. He had to go get a drink of water.
Got to hydrate.
There's the snap. All right, folks, they're going to run the football, it looks like. Quarterback's going to keep. Oh, and he is going to be
horse
thrown
collar
down, and this time he does pick up the horse collar. And the Boo Birds come out here on northwest side of the field, but we all saw it. It was on this side, so it was no doubt about it.
Yeah, and they didn't call one earlier that could have been called. So, I don't think that was a makeup call by any means because of it looked so violent. Personal foul, horse collar.
No doubt about it. I don't know why they're so upset about that call, to be honest with you.
We're going to watch on the replay here. We have the luxury of that, but Konchesky bounces it to the outside, and it was number 21. And, that's a horse collar.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely a horse collar. No doubt about it.
Well, the Tigers are still in business. 19.1 seconds left on the clock. Trips to the far side. Fans still being very verbal about the call there. There's the snap. Konchesky drops back. He's got company in the backfield. Is able to shake off a couple of guys. Gets the ball into the air. Caught by Talon Shirey. Gets out of bounds inside the 10. What a play from Sammy Konchesky, keeping his feet moving. He had company all in the backfield and made a great throw to Talon Shirey. Unreal.
How many yards did they pick up on that one, Matt? They were at the 42 and they're down at the 9. So okay, I got you. Excellent improvisation there by Sammy Konchesky. Just amazing.
Man, ball at the 10-yard line. 9.6 seconds left on the clock. If the Tigers can find a way to get some points here and carry that momentum in the locker room, knowing they got the ball coming out at halftime, that'll be quite a shift here in this football game. They'll run back to the line of scrimmage quick. Shotgun formation, Floyd in the backfield, and it looks like we're going to see the Tigers burn a timeout here. Huh?
And that drastically changes your play calling here the rest of the way, too. So Darlington didn't want to burn that timeout, I promise you. But they must not have been in the right formation.
We're going to keep it right here. We don't want to miss any of the remaining seconds here. The first half of the football game tied up at 7 apiece. The Tigers just came up with a big play to Talon Shire to set themselves up at the 10-yard line here with first down as we get in the final seconds here of the first half of play. This has been a really fun first half of football.
This game has offered you just about everything. It's been great. Back and forth, turnovers. Runs by each team here where they've just played some really high-caliber football, and Darlington has a chance here. But with that timeout being called, Matt, now you cannot get tackled within the boundary and still have the ability to attempt a field goal. So they'll be taking a shot at the end zone here.
Well, here we go, folks. They're going to line up Floyd in the backfield with Sammy Konchesky. Couple of wide receivers on each side. First down, 9.6 seconds left in the half. Man motions from left to right. It's a trick play. They hand it to the motion man, throws towards the end zone. It's wobbly and incomplete.
Right. And I like the call there because you possibly get the defense to buy in on the run there with the halfback pass or the wide receiver pass. It falls incomplete, and now you get another chance for Hendrick Jones to kick a field goal.
Indeed. So 3.8 seconds left on the clock, and the Tigers with an opportunity to try to come away with some points here.
27-yard attempt.
Hold will be handled by Konchesky, and it looks like they're going to try to ice the kicker here. Yep, they take a timeout, and we're going to keep it right here as well because, again, we're going to have some breaks coming up here at halftime. Really look forward to hearing about what's going on in some of the other games. And we'll talk some college football at halftime. Of course, we'll talk over the first half of this game, preview the region schedule, which is going to begin at Chris Hunter Stadium coming up next week. And, this is the longest, looking back at the schedule, I suppose this is the longest road trip that the Tigers have all season long. And then once you get back into region play, you got Dade County at home, you go to Coosa. Then Chattooga is at home. Then you go to Pepperell. Then Murchie is at home, and then you go to Trine. So you won't have another, road trip of any length until you get to the end of the season going up to Trine. And that's not nearly as far as coming here. So, all right, here it is, folks. 3.8 seconds left on the clock in the second quarter. 27-yard field goal attempt coming up from Hendricks Jones. There's the snap. Kick is on the way, and
it's good.
It is through. So he punches it through, and the Tigers are going to lead this thing going to halftime as time expires.
Absolutely, and I want to point something out. I didn't want to say anything about it until we got to halftime. This is 6 straight quarters of shutout football by the Darlington defense because Northwest touchdown came on a pick 6.
That is a very astute point that you have made there.
So great defensive half there by the Tigers.
No doubt. So a 27-yard field goal is good off the foot of Hendricks Jones, and the Tigers lead it running in to the locker room. What a way to finish off the half. Obviously, they would love to have had the touchdown there, but to finish that drive with points there at the end of the half like that, run into the locker room with the momentum, knowing that you get the ball coming out of the half, what a great way to finish for the Tigers.
Absolutely, and they get the ball to start, so things are looking up for the Tigers. Great half of football. I think we're going to have a great half coming up as well.
Let's take a 4-minute break. You're listening to Darlington Tigers football on WLAQ or watching on the live stream. We're back in 4 minutes.
At Darlington, we're proud to wear purple and white.
Because Tigers strive for greatness.
In the classroom and on the field.
We know that we can do anything, be anything,
achieve anything.
We're part of a program that is 100% dedicated to nourishing our minds and our bodies.
As teammates, we push each other further than we ever thought we could go.
Because every single one of us has something to contribute.
We practice hard so that when we compete, we can leave it all out on the field.
With each win, we build confidence.
With each loss is a lesson.
Our coaches teach us more than technique.
They prepare us to be good teammates,
friends, and people.
We face adversity together
and push through to reach our goals.
We may struggle,
but we will never give up.
Because today,
Because today,
Because today, tomorrow, forever.
We're Darlington Tigers.
My name is Ryan Somerville. I am the sales manager for Business Water Solutions. We do water purification coolers as well as ice machines for any size business. We're on campus right now at Darlington School. Super happy to be here. They're one of our biggest customers. I myself played sports here. Our two founders played sports here. It was absolutely our pleasure to be a sponsor for Darlington Athletics. I think one thing that really sets us apart is our water purification. There's 13 stages. The reverse osmosis part of it has been a huge part of our success, along with our 24-hour guarantee for service calls. So when a customer does call us, we're then guaranteed within 24 hours. We were able to provide a touchless water system to make it more COVID-friendly in terms of germs and touching the water system. One thing I always say is we're not selling a product, we're selling our service. That's what we really push for every single day, is to have a customer service experience like they've never had before.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection, or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
At Rome Orthopedic Center, we salute students, freshmen and seniors, athletes and artists, first stringers and choral singers, band majors and game changers. We hope you never need orthopedic care, but if you do, choose the only practice in the Rome area solely dedicated to the orthopedic needs of the students and families in our community. Rome Orthopedic Center. To make an appointment, call 706-292-0040.
Well, it's halftime, and Ian, you'll have to remind me the name of the marching band here at Northwest Whitfield, but they're doing some Phantom of the Opera tunes right now. Great performance. Did you forget?
Yes, the sound of the blazing blue or
Yeah,
something.
that's what it was. You're right.
So.
That's what you said. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, anyway, they're putting on a great performance right now,
They are.
and we're really enjoying it because it just wouldn't be high school football and Friday Night Lights without the marching band at halftime. So it's great to see them out there and doing their thing, because we talk about how much work the football players and the coaches and the cheerleaders and, everybody puts into this effort. And you got to throw the band in there too, because they work hard all summer long to get ready to put on this performance, and they're doing a great job.
I'll be honest. One of the things I miss most when I go to the NFL games are the marching bands, and that's one of the things I love about the Falcons over the years is they've got that Falcons drum line, and now they've got a horn section, so it's starting to have that college feel at Mercedes-Benz. But yeah, the marching bands, they make up the atmosphere just as much as everybody else, the cheerleaders, the players, and the people in the concession stands. Because what would a football game be without the smell of hot dogs and hamburgers, man?
I know it, man, no doubt. And if you look over to the concession stand to your left, man, they have got a whale of a line over there. My goodness.
Coach Groves pointed that out. He's like, they must have something special over there in the concession stand, because he said the line was 20 deep all night long.
Oh, my goodness.
So we'll have to check that out, the mystery of the concessions here.
I have no idea, but whatever it is, you're right, it is popular. Well, At halftime, the Darlington Tigers have the lead 10-7. Hendrick Jones put the boot on a 27-yard field goal as time expired to end the half to put the Tigers up. Not a ton of scoring, but a ton of action, excitement there in the first half of football. The Tigers would pick up the first score of the game, Ian, as Miles Twyman picked up a 50-yard run after a lot of adventure on that particular drive to start the game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Northwest Whitfield took the opening kickoff. They got a quick first down, and then you had the turnover on second and long. Talon Shirey intercepts it. Darlington's moving the ball down the field, but they get a big penalty, then a sack. They're staring at a 2nd and 31, and they hand the ball off to Twyman, and see you later. He turns on the Jets, goes untouched for 50 yards for the first score. And from there, the game felt like all Darlington. The defense was doing a great job getting off the field, and Darlington moved the ball again down to the 10-yard line, but they missed the field goal attempt, got the ball back again, still felt like Darlington had all the momentum. And then in one play, that changed very quickly. They were trying to set up a screen pass over the middle, and big Miles Mays snags the ball with those big mitts and then takes it to the house, and it's even at 7. Didn't see it coming, but that's how quick momentum can shift. From there, it was just a back-and-forth defensive battle between these two teams until Darlington finally got back on the board there on the last play of the first half.
Indeed, and lead at 10-7 here at halftime. We got about 13 minutes left of the halftime period. So one of the things that we're going to do now, and by the way, Darlington did win the toss ahead of the game, deferred to the second half, so they're going to have possession of the football, receive the opening kickoff of the second half. But I'm dying to know, man, tell me about some scores from around the area.
I've got you. The game that we had circled on our schedule all week was a matchup between Tryon and Model. I know you've heard from Jeff Gable, who's calling the game in Shannon tonight. Last year, Model went up to Tryon and really surprised everyone by scoring the upset victory. Tryon has a little revenge on their minds. We knew they would. They'd be motivated by that loss last year. But these are two good football teams. Tryon leads 21-6 at the half. So the Bulldogs are rolling in Shannon. We'll see if Model can make a comeback, but we'll keep a close eye on that one. A Gordon County clash between Sonoraville and Calhoun. The Phoenix program has been striving to get to that level. You know they want to beat Calhoun, and they've had some opportunities where we thought they've had a team that might be able to pull off the upset. They've kept it close here, only down 21-10. It was 14-10. Calhoun just put up a touchdown. So the Phoenix are hanging tough there at the Reeve, but you got to think Calhoun will pull away in that one.
Oh, absolutely. And when you look back at the history of that matchup, Sonoraville's only really gotten close to him once, and that was the first year after the Hallam era. I think it was a 10-point contest in that game. But every other matchup since and before that have just been pretty lopsided victories for Calhoun.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And my score stream has locked up because, they've added advertising here, Matt. But I'm out of it. There we go. Our Murchie. This is what I want to talk about. I wanted to get an update because I saw they were up 26-0 in the first quarter. They're up 39-zip at the half. An offensive explosion over in our Murchie. And you're seeing the Ballou era, this team can score.
Oh, absolutely, and that's something that we haven't seen, in a long time for the Almerchi Indians, and they've been getting better every year. Of course, you had Jeremy Green, the head coach, there for about 5 seasons and started to kind of build a foundation, and now you got Ballou there, and it really feels like he's helping take that team to the next step.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're getting ready for region play. They got a big matchup with Coosa next week, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah,
You're right.
That's going to be a game to watch right there. I think the Indians have a chance, but Coosa's playing good football as well. We're going to get to their score in a minute. Here's a surprising one. Temple Tigers, we thought they were looking pretty good at 3-1. Pepperell, though, we knew from talking to Clay last week, hearing him call into the scoreboard show, that they had made a lot of progress. It was a loss to Woodland, but they were starting to find themselves on offense. Well, guess what? They're up at the half, 13-7 over this 3-1 Temple team in Lindale, looking to score their first victory of the season. Or did they get a win already?
Pepperell has not won a game
Okay,
this
so they're
year
looking
yet.
for that first
0-3.
win. Another team that's finding their winning ways here as they get ready for region play, the Chattooga Indians taking on Murray County. We thought Chattooga would get this win. They're up 14-0 in the second quarter. A mismatch, to say the least. The Heritage Patriots of Conyers have traveled to Cartersville to face the mighty Hurricanes. Last week, Rockdale put up 84 points on this Heritage team. Well, Cartersville's halfway to 90.
Whoa.
They've already got 45 in the second quarter.
My goodness. And I believe that next week, Cartersville and Calhoun are going to play each other in an opening region matchup, unless I'm badly mistaken. I believe I saw that on the schedule for next week.
It's funny because every time we get a bye week, we're like, we're going to go watch a game, and then we get a bye, we're like, oh no, we're going to rest. But I would love to be a fly on the wall to watch that game next week. That's going to be a good one. Big game up in Trenton, Dade County. We thought Bowden might go up there and lay the smack down. Not so fast. Bowden's up by 6, 21-15 in the second quarter against the Wolverines. The Red Devils do have the lead. We'll see how that one plays out. Adairsville, they lost to Cass last week, but they're bouncing back with a 35-0 lead at the half over Lakeview Fort Oglethorpe. And then the Rockmart Yellow Jackets. And, man, we talked about this on our pick show. Has anybody played a tougher non-region schedule than the Rockmart Yellow Jackets? I don't know. And they've only got one victory to show for it, but they're on the road against mighty Irwin County with a 14-8 lead at the half. So we'll see if they can hold on to that.
I think Irwin County last week rushed for like 500 yards or something crazy like that.
Absolutely. So Rockmart, I'm telling they, even if they lose this game to Irwin County, they've got to be the favorite to win their region. I mean, they're playing a high-caliber football, even though their record may not reflect that. And then the last score I've got for you, Matt, we talked about Coosa and Armurgee's big clash next week. Coosa taking on Towns County. We thought Coosa might just absolutely boat race Towns County. It's a 1-point game at the half. Coosa does have the lead, 21-20.
And here's an update for you in a different sport, baseball. The Braves are up 6-4 over the Marlins. I think they were trailing 4-0 at one point in that game. I saw the score kept flashing up. That's in the bottom of the sixth down there in Florida.
You missed an important part of their title. The Eastern Division champion Atlanta Braves are up 6-4. Another one, 6 straight.
6 straight. They've had, 23 in the history of the team, the most in either league of Major League Baseball, which is unbelievable. And I've got 2 words, spoiled rotten. As Braves fans, we have become spoiled rotten because we're just used to that team being in that position every single year for the last 30 years. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it's World Series or bust for these guys this year. Yep. It's just a heck of a team. But I read a great article on the Yahoo Sports app earlier today just saying, if they win the World Series, it certainly sets the tone. But this Braves team is not going anywhere because of the job Alex Anthopoulos has done setting us up for the long haul. We have got this lineup pretty much set in stone. The core stars are going to be there for the next 4 to 6 years. So this is going to be a great run for the Braves. I hope we can get a few championships.
And in some respects, it would have been nice if they could have wrapped up the division title in Atlanta at Truist Park. However, it was really kind of fun to watch them win it up there at Philadelphia and listen to the Philadelphia fans boo and then watch the Braves go into the locker room at their stadium and then break out all the bubbly and all that good stuff and get to celebrate.
And here's the danger. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but here's the dangerous side of that. This is the team that knocked them out of the divisional round last year in the playoffs. After they won the division, Philly was the one that served the Braves with their exit. And they could get an opportunity to do that again this year because they're going to be one of the wild card teams, probably the top.
They could be in their path, no doubt about it. And when you look at the teams that the Braves will potentially face throughout the playoffs, I mean, let's face it, it is World Series or bust, but it's never a foregone conclusion, no matter how good of a season you have, that you're going to be hoisting the trophy at the end of the year. And the Braves know all too well about that type of situation. There's no doubt about it.
We may be spoiled, but we've only got 2 World Series trophies to show for all the success.
Isn't that the truth? Well, speaking of the Braves, of course, we don't have Braves baseball for you tonight because we got high school football. After tonight's game, we'll have the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show with Lynn and Austin. They'll have calls from regulars, Clay, Jeff, and the rest of the cast that calls into that show. So looking forward to hearing that on our way back here from Northwest Whitfield. Hopefully with a Tigers win, we'll see what happens. A lot of football left to play.
No doubt. But
we're going to turn our attention on the airwaves of WLAQ coming up tomorrow back to Braves baseball. Braves will face the Marlins 4:10 first pitch tomorrow, pregame at 2:55 p.m. And then they'll get back at it with the Marlins again on Sunday, 1:40 first pitch. Kind of an interesting time there. So 12:25 for the pregame of that one. Well, this is a good place for us to take another break. We're closing in on the start of the second half. We got about 5 minutes left here of the halftime period. We're glad to have you with us here on WLAQ or on the live video stream. We're going to send it back to the studio for a 4-minute timeout. Tigers up 10-7 at halftime.
Here, I'm becoming who I want to be.
Here, I am looking toward my future. Here, we learn from our failures so that we may soon succeed.
Here, we're passionate about learning and trying new things every day.
Here, we search for new perspectives and cultures so we can better understand the world.
Because at Darlington, we know we're in the most trusted hands.
As we discover new passions and learn more about ourselves through academics,
athletics,
fine arts,
and service to our community, we show our versatility as we choose different pathways to our goals.
This is our home.
We embrace challenges and persevere, even when something seems impossible.
We collaborate and create to take our place in the world.
We know that together we can make an impact.
This is our moment, our time.
Graduates today, Darlington forever.
At Rome Orthopedic Center, we salute students, freshmen and seniors, athletes and artists, first stringers and choral singers, band majors and game changers. We hope you never need orthopedic care, but if you do, choose the only practice in the Rome area solely dedicated to the orthopedic needs of the students and families in our community. Rome Orthopedic Center. To make an appointment, call 706-292-00.
My name is Ryan Somerville. I am the sales manager for Business Water Solutions. We do water purification coolers as well as ice machines for any size business. We're on campus right now at Darlington School. Super happy to be here. They're one of our biggest customers. I myself played sports here. Our two founders played sports here. It was absolutely our pleasure to be a sponsor for Darlington Athletics. I think one thing that really sets us apart is our water purification. There's 13 stages. The reverse osmosis part of it has been a huge part of our success, along with our 24-hour guarantee for service calls. So when a customer does call us, we're then guaranteed within 24 hours. We were able to provide a touchless water system to make it more COVID-friendly in terms of germs and touching the water system. One thing I always say is we're not selling a product, we're selling our service. That's what we really push for every single day, is to have a customer service experience like they've never had before.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection, or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
Off a pass. It was a pick six for Miles Mays, and that would be the only score of the half for Northwest Whitfield.
And if you're just with us, Miles Mays is not a DB. He's a DT,
and he's a big dude,
and he is. And it was a heck of a pick six that he made, and the only score of the game for the Bruins. But an impressive half of football, a lot of fun to watch. You know, a lot of people see 10-7, and they may not think it was very exciting, but there was a lot of up and down the field, a lot of big plays. Both defenses getting to the quarterback. And just making some outstanding plays out there. So we're looking forward to another great half. Sammy Konchesky, he was 7 for 11 for 102 yards in that half. He ran the ball well. A couple of sacks dragged his totals down a little bit. Again, Twyman had the big 50-yard run. Other than that, he was pretty bottled up. And then Demarion Floyd's got 8 carries for 27 yards, and you know what an explosive player he is. So that speaks volumes to what a good front seven the Bruins have, because they've been able to keep the Darlington running game in check. It's been Konchesky improvising the screen passes. Talon Shirey has had an excellent game, as he always seems to, making big plays both in the screen game, running the ball a couple of times, and then he had the big pass downfield at the end of the first half after that horse collar penalty that set up the field goal.
Absolutely. And so far this Ian, on the first game of the season back on the 18th of August against Christian Academy, Knoxville, Tennessee, Sammy Konchesky was the player of the game. Second week of the season at Sonoraville, it was Miles Twyman, who had big games, pretty much every game so far that we've seen this year. And then up at Christian Heritage in the 35-0 victory over Christian Heritage a couple of weeks ago, it was Talon Shirey. So who all's in the running here for the award tonight, in your opinion?
I mean, you got to give Twyman credit for his touchdown run, but Shirey has an interception under his belt, several solo tackles. He also has, I think, 4 receptions at this point, one that set up the field goal. So he's on the board, no doubt about it. And then Konchesky, 7 of 11. He's making a lot of plays with his feet. The interception was kind of a fluke play, you know. I think he was just trying to get the ball to his receiver, and Miles Mays just made a freak play.
Kind of tipped it up, made the grab, and then ran it back. But you know, we're glad to be with you. And again, tonight is the final night of the non-region schedule before you get into region play. Next week, we're going to be back at the friendly confines of Chris Hunter Stadium to face Dade County. The Wolverines are having a good night tonight. And they're one of those teams that kind of at this point of the year, when you look at their schedule, they've had a pretty tough schedule. And they're kind of a mystery at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see what they have this year.
Well, yeah, if they're hanging tough with Bowden, we know how good Bowden is.
I mean, they won a state title last year, you know.
Yes.
So I don't know what they lost from that team, but they're still a very, very good program and have had some success this year. So.
And I do have a couple of quick updates.
Sure.
Murray County actually came back and scored 12 unanswered before the half, so it's 14-12 Chattooga over Murray County in the Battle of the Indians. Bowden's now up 28-15, and Rockmart has scored again and is leading 21-8 at Irwin County. What a victory that would be for the Yellow Jackets if they can hold on.
No doubt about it. And I do want to give you an update on the Braves again. The Marlins have just scored, and now the Braves lead it by 1 run, 6-5, and they're in the bottom of the 7th inning of that baseball game.
And all that's left for those Bravos is to hold on to that number 1 spot. So you want to keep winning games because the Dodgers aren't too far behind.
You want to have the best record so that you can have that home field advantage all the way through. And
you going to try to score some playoff tickets?
You know, I very well may. We'll see what happens. I'm going to a game towards the end of the season. I'm going to one of those games against the Cubs, I believe.
Nice.
But we'll see what happens. I would like to go to a playoff game. I didn't get to go to any of them last year.
Me either.
Or the year before, for that matter. So. All right, folks, so we're about ready to get this thing kicked off here and start the second half. Again, the Tigers won the toss before the game. They've done that 2 games in a row. I was going to say 2 weeks in a row. Didn't play last week, had a bye week, and they deferred both times. So now we're going to have Cristobal Campos to kick it away here for Northwest Whitfield, and that's going to be a squib that is going to go down to around the 20. Will be fielded, brought up by Hendricks Jones. He cuts up towards the middle of the field, now down to the far side. Flag comes in. He's off on the run. He's across the 35 and is hauled out of bounds.
Fumbled it, too.
And we'll see what the flag. Another flag came out.
Yep.
2 different sides of the field.
A lot of things happening on that return.
Man.
2 flags. The ball came loose at the end. We'll see if these are both on the Tigers. Block in the back on the Tigers, and a block in the back on the Tigers. I think they'll accept the block in the back on the Tigers.
I believe you're right.
Let's see what that'll end up costing them.
So it's going to be down to the 15-yard line, it looks like. Nope, it's going to be inside the 15.
Oh, wow.
All the way to about the 12, 13, rather.
Okay.
So not exactly wonderful field position to start this drive. Tigers will have to go 87 yards to get some points here. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Everybody else is in tight. There's the snap. They're going to fake the handoff. Konchesky was looking to throw. He's got company in the backfield, and he's going to have to take another sack inside the 5. Ooh.
Yeah, so here's where the chess match comes in. Darlington was going to those out routes, and that's what they wanted. Konchesky pump faked. It wasn't there. Got Mays in the air, but it wasn't enough to elude the rush of Lucas Amos, who was able to sack him. And I think that's the 4th sack of the night for this Bruins defense.
So now the ball is going to be right around the 6-yard line as the Tigers would come back to the line of scrimmage after about a 6-yard loss. So that brings up 2nd and 16 with 11:13 left in the third quarter. Just starting the second half now. 3 wide receivers, 2 on the near side. 1 motions off to the left, and they're going to hand it off to him. He's on the run on the far side. That was Hendricks Jones. Picked up maybe a few there.
I think it was Shirey.
Oh, okay.
It looked, that's 7 and the 1 or so. Yeah, it was Shirey looking on the replay. And he didn't get much. So the Bruins defense has got Darlington in 3rd and long from their own 7-yard line.
So they're going to send 3 wide to the near side. The Tigers are 3rd down and 15. 1 wide receiver on the far side. Konchesky ready to take the snap. He's got it, drops back into the end zone, passes it to Shirey on a screen pass. He's up the middle now, cuts out to the far side. He's got some room here, and he's got a first down, hauled out of bounds about the 28-yard line. So that was another big play for Shirey, man.
Yeah, and I tell you what, man, that was pretty amazing because this defense knows those screen passes are where they've gone on 3rd down almost every time, and Shirey's still able to make the moves, cutting all the way back across the field. So that was an excellent pickup from the 7-yard line all the way out to the 29, a 22-yard gain there.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers now with the ball at the 28-yard line. It's the first possession of the second half of the ball game. We're in the third quarter. 3 wide to the far side. There's the snap. Konchesky's going to turn, hands it off to Marion Floyd, and he got stuffed pretty quickly. Yep.
Miles Mays once again on the tackle.
Took a loss of a yard.
That guy's a stat sheet stuffer. Good Lord. He just did a belly flop onto the ball carrier there.
So now the ball is at the 27-yard line. Tigers have got 2nd and 11 coming up here with 10:22 left to go in the third quarter, leading at 10-7.
And it's Twyman in the backfield.
2 wide to the near side, 1 on the far side. And Sammy Konchesky looks off to the sidelines. Gets the signal, and now he gets ready to take the snap. There it is. Going to turn, hands it off, gives it to Miles, and he's going to be brought down in traffic rather quickly.
And number 4 on the tackle there, that's Avery O'Neal.
So another 3rd and long situation coming up here for the Tigers. This time 3rd and a long 10. Close. Yeah. So 3rd and 10. Tigers back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to have Twyman remaining in the backfield, flanked to the left side of Sammy Konchesky. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side. And here's the snap. Konchesky drops back 3 steps, looking to throw. He's got company in the backfield, puts the ball down the field, and it's going to be incomplete, but a flag comes in, pass interference.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Konchesky there. There hasn't been a lot of time for him to sit back in the pocket. The pressure's been coming from the front 4. They've been bringing some blitz packages. That time he had time, but he had to shake out and just take the shot. It's 3rd and long. Give your guy a chance to go up and make a play or get the penalty. And there was, he reached out and hooked his arm. It was absolutely a pass interference penalty, and penalties have really hurt the Bruins tonight as now – Matt, let's see, where did they move that ball? Was that it's automatic first down? They were at the 33, so that's another 10 yards. 90 yards of penalties for the Bruins tonight.
43-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 on the far for the Tigers, working from left to right. They're going to fake the handoff. Quarterback keeps it and drops the ball and lands on it. Covers.
Yeah, the read option can be tricky, and that late pull was almost disastrous as Konchesky lost the ball on the exchange and was fortunate to get back on top of it and only lose 2 yards.
So 2nd and 12 for the Tigers with the ball at the 42-yard line on their side of the field with 8:49 left to go in the third quarter. Darlington 10, Northwest Whitfield 7. 2 wide to the near side, 2 on the far side. And we get ready for the snap to Konchesky. He is going to put a quick pass out to the left side and hits his receiver, but he's going to be stopped immediately.
Yeah.
And that was going to be Hendricks Jones that time grabbing the pass.
Going to lose a few more yards and be in 3rd and long once again. So they picked up a 3rd and long on a screen pass. Last time they took a shot downfield, got the pass interference that extended the drive, but they are facing another 3rd and long, 3rd and 14 here.
8:06 and the clock ticking here in the third quarter. Tigers come back to the line of scrimmage with 2 wide on either side of the formation. Sammy Konchesky stands there, and he's got, is that Floyd or Twyman in the backfield? He won't turn, I can't see his numbers. It's Twyman. Yeah. He drops back looking to throw. That's a dart from the quarterback. It'll be incomplete.
Yep.
And now they'll have to punt the ball away.
Konchesky didn't have his feet set on that throw. He was looking for Hendricks Jones, which he's gone to downfield a few times. They haven't been able to connect yet. But that ball was a little wide, and the Darlington Tigers will have to punt. But they did get out from under the shadow of their own goal line. They can flip field position here with a good punt from Shirey and let that defense go out and do their job here. 7:46 left in the third.
So here comes the snap to Shirey. It's in his hands. He'll put the boot on it. That'll be an end-over-end kick that drops and takes a Tiger bounce to the 20. It's going to be brought out, though, and brought down. What a hit right there from the Tigers and Bodie Powers.
Yeah, freshman down there making plays in special teams. We saw in the first half Isaiah Foster had a good return. It ended up getting nullified by a block in the back, but this kid's got some quickness and some good moves, and Bodie Powers went down and made a fantastic tackle there, so that the Bruins are going to have to go the distance of the field here. They will have to go 72 yards to get the pay dirt.
And again, as you pointed out, great job by the freshman Bodie Powers making a big stop there. And now the Northwest Whitfield Bruins go to the line of scrimmage. Their quarterback, Gavin Knuckles, likes to throw the ball. 4 wide receivers. Man motions to the far side. There's the snap. Dropping back is Knuckles, looking to throw here on first down. Looks downfield, can't find anybody. He's going to have to tuck the football and run, and he scampers out of bounds at about the 35. So he's able to make something happen with his feet there, picking up 6 or 7 yards.
Absolute. I mean, the coverage downfield was excellent. You can watch Knuckles here on the replay go through 5 reads before he makes a move. He had all day back there, but he was able to cut up and get some positive yards, but just great coverage by the Darlington defense.
2 wide on each side. This is second down and short. There's the snap. Knuckles is going to hand it off. They'll pile drive their way through the line and get the yards they needed, and then about 5 more. So that's a first down, gets them across to the 45.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been much up the middle in the ground game for the Bruins, but they got it that time.
Cameron Collins, there's the snap. They go right back to him, finds a seam, and is able to get him for about 8 or 9 yards. They went back to the line of scrimmage quick that time.
Yeah, going a little tempo here. This is one of the adjustments they must have made in the locker room.
All right, this brings up 2nd and 1 here for the Bruins. There's the snap. Going to go right back to the well here. Gives it to Collins again, and he stopped, but he got another first down.
He sure did. So tempo, and we're seeing a little bit of a rushing attack that we did not see in the first half here from this Bruins offense.
So a first down for the Bruins. They now get it on the Tigers side of the field at the 43-yard line. They will line up with first down. 4 wide receivers. Now Knuckles is going to put the ball in the air, connects with the receiver. They miss a tackle there, and then he's hauled out of bounds. Hudson Gray, the receiver, picks up a decent chunk of yards.
Yeah, Demarion Floyd almost had him in the backfield, but couldn't quite get him down by the shoelace there. And a great job there by Hudson Gray to keep his feet and get upfield.
Well, he only got 2 yards there. 4 wide set, shotgun formation. There's the snap. Knuckles drops back, looking to throw. Clean pocket, is able to connect with his receiver, and he is able to get down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line.
And another first down for the Bruins, and they've got something cooking here.
That was Austin Cooley, the receiver. And now the ball is at the 24-yard line. Shotgun formation, trips to the far side. They're going to hand it off. The big man goes through the line of scrimmage, bulldozes his way down to the goal line, stays up, and he's in.
Wow.
So big run there for 24-yard run for number 46 for
Jacob Lee.
Jacob Lee for Northwest Whitfield. And again, a 24-yard run. That's their first offensive touchdown of the football game.
Well, we knew from last week, and yes, there were some turnovers involved, but this team can score in bunches when they get hot, and they've come out of the gates here in the second half after getting a stop on Darlington. They march 6 plays, 72 yards, and they punch it in with a 24-yard touchdown from a kid who didn't touch the ball in the first half, Jacob Lee.
J.J. Plaza here to try to tack on the extra point. And kick is on the way, and it is good. So now the score is going to move to 14-10 in favor of the home team. Northwest Whitfield has their first lead of the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Momentum on the side of the home team, and the Darlington Tigers are going to have to get back over on the sideline and regroup. But here is where the chess match comes in play. You could see some of the adjustments that the Bruins made on defense on that first drive from Darlington, and then you could see the adjustments they made on offense. They went back to the ground game. This is a team that likes to pass. They're 65% pass over run, and they came out and decided they wanted to run the rock between the tackles and were able to do it successfully on that drive.
Indeed they did, and they have the lead. 6:19 left to go here in the third quarter. Well, we appreciate you listening on WLAQ or watching on the live stream. While we got a couple of moments here, we will go ahead and recognize our sponsors again: Atrium Health Floyd, Avery Drugs, Embry Painting, Fort Giddings and Kane, Georgia Lottery, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Harbin Clinic, Honeymoon Bakery, Riverside Auto Group, Rome Orthopedic Center, and Ware Mechanical. We appreciate them making it possible for us to provide the audio of the broadcast for you tonight. Here comes the kickoff here from Northwest Whitfield. Putting the boot on it was number 75. I don't have him on the roster that they sent. And bringing it out is Talon Shirey. Nice little hesitation there. Frees up some space. He's across the 40. He's across midfield. Oh, my goodness. And the Tigers are going to have amazing field position after another great return from Talon Shirey.
And
wow.
that was a short kick. Shirey wasted no time adjusting to the ball and getting up there to set himself up with an opportunity to put the return on. Some good blocks downfield, Sam Wooten, but it was mostly Shirey making people miss. And Darlington will start at the 47-yard line of Northwest Whitfield for their second drive. That was just what they needed, a little injection of energy there.
So the Tigers at the line of scrimmage with excellent field position at the Northwest 47-yard line, 2 wide to the near side, 1 on the far side. Tigers working from left to right. There's the snap to Konchesky. They're going to turn, hand it off to Demarion Floyd, give him a seam, and he will take a chunk of yards, and he did. That's about an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, no doubt about it there. That was excellent. And there hasn't been much running room for Floyd. They haven't been able to get him the ball in space in the passing game. He's such a dangerous player with the ball in his hands. You've got to expect this offense to find some ways to get him involved.
So this brings up 2nd and 2 for the Tigers at the 40-yard line in Northwest territory. 3 wide set, 2 to the near side. There's the snap. They're going to swing it to the near side, and that's going to be a false start, man jump.
That's Darlington's 6th penalty now, 60 yards in flags. Doesn't quite add up to the 90 that Tunnel Hill natives here have given up, but not what you want there after a good gain on first down.
5:34 left here in the third quarter. Tigers trail 14-10 after leading most of the game, and including at halftime 10-7 they had the lead. Tigers at the line of scrimmage with 2nd and 8. Here comes the snap. Quarterback's going to run this one, and he breaks free, stays up, tries to spin around, and gets leveled after picking up about 5 yards. But, boy, he had to earn it, and he took a heavy hit at the end of the play.
He did. I like that. We've seen a lot of read option for Konchesky tonight. That was a quarterback power off tackle. take the snap, make your move, get upfield, and they got some of the yards back from the penalty there, setting up a 3rd and manageable.
2 wide to the near side, 1 on the far side, shotgun formation, 3rd down and 3. And Konchesky ready to take the snap. He's got it, turns, hands it off, gets it to Marion Floyd, cuts up to the near side, and now he's going to be brought down at the 30. A good pickup and a 1st down.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like about a 10-yard gain there for D-Man Floyd. He's racked up 10 carries at this point for 45 yards. And that's a huge 1st down for this Tigers offense as they try to answer the score from the Bruins.
The Braves are down to the Marlins 9-6 now in the bottom of the 7th, by the way. Shotgun formation, 2 wide to the far side, 1 on the near. This is 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Going to swing it out to the far side to Talonshire. He's got some room, got him in space. He's inside the 20, and they haul him out of bounds at about the 17. Another Tigers 1st down.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, that time, as soon as Konchesky let go of the ball, you could see Shirey had a lot of grass in front of him, and he made the most of it, and the Tigers are on the move.
So the Tigers with it now at the 17 in the red zone. Shotgun formation, 2 wide on the near side, 1 on the far side. Floyd in the backfield with Konchesky. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Floyd. Bounces off to the left. He's on the run, and he's in the end zone. Darlington Tigers score. And that is going to be a 17-yard run into the corner of the end zone for Demarion Floyd, and the Tigers regain the lead. Ian, just like that. What a great drive.
Hey, and we just said it. You know, Floyd was bottled up in the first half, but he's such a playmaker. And that time he took the handoff, made a juke, made another bounce, and then he took it to the corner right at the pylon and was able to get into the end zone, and the Tigers have taken the lead back.
16-14, pending PAT. Here comes the snap. Konchesky with the hold. Hendricks puts the boot on it, and it is through. It is now going to be 17-14 in favor of the Tigers.
And what an answer. And it all started with the kickoff return from Shirey. You know, you felt the way Northwest Whitfield came out and ran the ball right at Darlington, was able to score. Like you say, these momentum swings are huge, but it felt like it kind of took the air out of Darlington's tires. But the return re-energized this team, and then we saw them say, hey, you know what? You're going to run the ball on us. We're going to run the ball on you. We're going to give it to D-Man and let him work.
And he did his thing, a 17-yard run into the corner of the end zone to put the Tigers back on top after trailing briefly in this football game. And like you say, to see this team punch back like that and answer the bell really bodes well for them moving forward. This is a team, when you look at the way that they've improved from week to week of the season, they're getting better every single game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, here you are on the road, and you're in a dogfight, and you're going to have to bring it, and you're going to have to scrap. And this one's going to go down to the wire, Matt. You can just feel it.
Oh, man, we're going to have a big finish here tonight. There's no doubt about it. Well, the Tigers will tee this thing up and kick it back away. Here's the kick. And that's going to be end over end. Will drop in at around the 9. They're going to field it and bring it out. A man with a head full of steam gets it out to around the 30-yard line. And so a pretty decent return there for number 84 of the Bruins, who is Evan Jones.
And this Darlington defense, I'm sure Coach Groves and his staff were trying to figure out ways to shut down this running attack that came out of nowhere. But they did a great job. I mean, every attempt they had between the tackles in the first half was bottled up. So I'm expecting to see the chess match continue here between these two coaching staffs.
Definitely want to tip our cap here to Northwest Whitfield and all the folks in the press box. Man, they roll out the red carpet for you up here. They have been so hospitable, have offered us food and all kind of stuff, been very friendly. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Shotgun formation, 4 wide set, 2 on each side. Knuckles drops back, pump fakes, looking to throw, rolls towards his right. He's got company in the backfield, is going to tuck and run it up the middle and gets about 7 or 8 yards. Credit where credit's due. I mean, he can make some moves and get some yards when he gets in trouble.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And they like to run these short curl routes, and that time he pump faked. He was looking for something deep. It wasn't there, but he makes a play with his feet.
There's the snap, going to hand it off right away and gives it to one of his favorite guys there, number 6, Cameron Collins. And he doesn't get much there about he's moving the chains. Wow.
I thought he fell past the marker.
There's the snap. They're going hurry up. Got to hand it off to Collins again. They spin him around, and he picks up about 2 or 3 yards there on the play.
I'll tell you what, that tackle, Noah Duggan made it. If he finds a way to slip that, he's still running. So it's good that he was able to secure him and get him to the turf with only a 3-yard gain.
So 2nd down and 7 here for the Bruins. They're going to send 2 wide on each side of the formation. Collins stays in the backfield here with Knuckles as he gets ready to take the snap. There it is. He's going to turn, hands it right back to Collins. He breaks free, and then he gets dropped. But he was able to get a couple of more yards after the first contact there.
Yes, he was, and that'll set up a 3rd and short. And again, we're seeing them get to the line very quickly. But you're starting to see Cameron Collins really start to run downhill here.
3rd down and 1. Ball is at the 48-yard line. Northwest still on their side of the field. Looked like there might have been some movement on the line of scrimmage there. At least the fans thought so here on this side. 2 wide on each side. Here's the snap to Knuckles. He's going to pitch it to the near side, gets it to Collins, and he gets the yards he needs for the 1st down across midfield.
It was a legal lateral because it was from the quarterback, but that was definitely a forward lateral instead of an option pitch. But it gets the chains moved.
Ball at the 48-yard line on the other side of the field now in Tigers territory. Northwest Whitfield with the ball trailing 17-14 at home. 2:19 left to go 3rd quarter. There's a high snap. There's the pass from Knuckles. Swings it out to the right side. Connects with his receiver. And that was Isaiah Foster. He's brought down after a pickup about 4 yards.
Yep. It's 4 or 5 there. And, there was a lot of back and forth action in the first half, but it was of a different variety. Right now, these offenses are moving up and down the field.
And in a hurry, 2nd down and 5. There's the snap. Knuckles drops back, puts the ball in the air, throws a dart to his wide receiver, connects with number 7, Austin Cooley, and he's brought down. What is the call here?
There's 2 flags.
Okay.
I don't think Darlington, it looked like they didn't get Connor Ellison was not off the field yet, so it could be 12 men on the field. They're going a lot quicker, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. Substitution, yep, that's the issue.
How you like that cowbell right in front of us?
I mean, imagine going to Starkville. You ever seen a game there?
No, I would like to.
You'll leave with a headache. I don't care who you're rooting for.
I would like.
You want more cowbell? You want more cowbell? You'll get it there.
Yeah. All right, this is 1st and 10 after the penalty yards are marked off. A 1st down. There's the snap. Knuckles drops back, looking to throw, puts the ball in the air, connects with his wide receiver. Nice grab for Akendris Douglas over near the near sidelines.
Yep,
pick up about 7 yards, gets him across to the 29-yard line. There's the snap, another quick snap, and the big man goes up the middle this time, gashes him for several yards and gets a 1st down. That was a nice run there by Jacob Lee.
Yeah, and they are just churning away at it right now. Darlington's going to take a timeout, and I don't blame them. This thing's moving at a frenetic pace.
1:33 left to go 3rd quarter. Darlington up 17-14 over Northwest Whitfield here in Tunnel Hill. We're back in 30 seconds. An absolute unbelievable night for football. 72 degrees. We were about 78 when the game kicked off, and some clouds in the sky, I believe, at this point in time, but it's been just an absolute wonderful night for football and having a good time. It's been a great game.
Yeah, back and forth, and Darlington just took their first time out of the half to make some adjustments here as this Bruins offense has had a lot of success.
First and 10, dropping back from the 22. They're going to put the ball in the air, connect with a receiver. He's inside the 10 and a first down. So first and goal after the complete pass to Austin Cooley. Wow.
Right now they're just clicking on all cylinders.
So first and goal, there's the snap to Knuckles, going to hand it off. They go to Collins this time. He's dropped at the 10-yard line. They were able to reel him in pretty quick that time.
Yeah, that was a much needed stop at the line of scrimmage to kind of just stop the momentum that the Bruins have right now.
Collins is going to stay on for this package, it looks like, here, and flank Knuckles to his left. Wide receivers on each side. Man motions out to the left side, and Knuckles looks towards the end zone, completes the pass to his wide receiver, scoots around a couple of defenders, and they drop him at the goal line. The wide receiver was a Kendris Douglas, but they're at the doorstep.
Yeah, and they had a chance to tackle him. He made a couple of guys miss and tried to get the touchdown there.
And here they go quickly. Snap to Knuckles, handoff to Collins, dive into the end zone. So that's going to be a 1-yard plunge into the end zone, 2-yard plunge into the end zone for Collins, and more points and regaining the lead the North Bruins will do.
Yeah, they go 71 yards there. They've scored on both their possessions here in the third quarter. 32.7 seconds left on the clock here. But it has been a track meet of a quarter, Matt. I mean, it's a completely different ball game that we're watching here.
Here's J.J. Plaza trying to tack on the extra point and make this a 4-point ball game. And there's the snap, the hold, the kick is on the way, and that one is through.
All right. Back and forth action here in the third quarter between the Bruins and Tigers, but it's the Bruins that have their second lead of the game at 21-17.
All right, so the Darlington Tigers will get ready to receive the next kick with 32.7 seconds left in the third quarter. This one's going down to the final quarter, man. This has been a good ball game.
And for the Darlington Tigers, this is where all that hard work in the offseason comes in handy, because you're playing players both ways against a team that is trotting out a unit on offense and defense, and we're getting to the fourth quarter. I mean, this is where conditioning and all that grit that was instilled by this Darlington coaching staff is going to come through, as they've got to continue to answer the bell against a tough Bruins team here in Tunnel Hill.
Cristobal Campos to kick it off here for Northwest Whitfield. Back to attempt to receive the kick for the Darlington Tigers. You got some dangerous weapons back there, man. Hendricks Jones and Demarion Floyd. Miles Twyman's back there. Here comes the kick. They're going to kick this one short, and it's fielded by Timmy Smith. And the Tigers are going to have great field position at the 45. Wow, good heads-up play.
And I don't know if that was – he kicked it a little too hard for it to seem like an intentional onside there, but Timmy Smith's hands there, he looked like Austin Riley over there on the hot corner for the Braves, because that thing was rocketed, and he just snagged it and went down to the turf. And that, they didn't kick it to Shirey and give him a chance to return it, but you'll take the ball at your own 46 all night long.
Oh, absolutely. And when the ball hit his hands, you could hear it all the way in the press box.
Yeah, great job there by Smith to field that ball. And that's a break for the Tigers. Get some great starting field position here to go out and try and answer.
Two wide receivers to the far side, one to the near. Sammy Conchesi going to line up with Demarion Floyd in the backfield as they get ready to start this drive at the 46-yard line in Darlington territory, working from left to right. They're going to hand it off to Demarion Floyd, cuts out to the far side, trying to find some space, lowers his head, and picks up 3 or 4 yards on that play.
Man, they're trying to get him out on the edge. Yeah. That's where they've had their success. Has a little counter play, and that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. The Tigers are going to take this chance to collect themselves and get ready for a dogfight the rest of the way.
All right, folks. Well, at the end of the third quarter, the home team right now, Northwest Whitfield Bruins, with the lead, 21-17. But the Tigers will have the ball when we come back and get ready for the final 12 minutes of this football game. We're back in 1 minute.
My name is Ryan Somerville. I am the sales manager for Business Water Solutions. We do water purification coolers as well as ice machines for any size business. We're on campus right now at Darlington School. Super happy to be here. They're one of our biggest customers. I myself played sports here. Our two founders played sports here. It was absolutely our pleasure to be a sponsor for Darlington Athletics. I think one thing that really sets us apart is our water purification. There's 13 stages. The reverse osmosis part of it has been a huge part of our success, along with our 24-hour guarantee for service calls. So when a customer does call us, we're then guaranteed within 24 hours. We were able to provide a touchless water system to make it more COVID-friendly in terms of germs and touching the water system. One thing I always say is we're not selling a product, we're selling our service. That's what we really push for every single day, is to have a customer service experience like they've never had before.
All right, Tigers have possession of the football, trailing 21-17 as we get ready for the final 12 minutes of a really exciting football game. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 7, and they're going to run the ball, try to get it up the middle, and there's really nothing there, and they stand him up. He's going to take a loss there.
Yeah, absolutely. Went back to that read, and, not the wrong call there, as the end was all over Floyd. Konchesky pulled. There just wasn't anything up the middle. Just excellent defense there, and that puts Darlington in a tough spot here as they'll face a 3rd and long from their own 47-yard line.
And we've talked about how Darlington's offensive line's been banged up even before the season began, and they've suffered some injuries, but these guys have been hanging tough against a bigger school, no doubt about it. 3 wide to the far side, 1 on the near. Shotgun formation. DeMarion Floyd rolls to his right, puts the ball, or Konchesky rolls to his right, puts the ball in the air, and that's going to be incomplete.
He's looking for Bodie Powers there, I believe. And with that play call, Matt, you got to wonder if they were just trying to get 5 yards and go for it on 4th down, because he was locked into to Powers the whole way, short of the sticks. And Darlington will have to punt this thing away, and the defense is going to have to come up big and get a stop.
So the punt team is on here for the Tigers on 4th and 9. It looks like Trenton Moore is going to handle the punting duties this time here for the Tigers. There's the snap. They get it to Moore. Kick is on the way.
Beauty.
And that was going to drop in at about the 25. Take a nice Tigers bounce inside the 20, almost down to the 15. I think they down to the 16.
Yep. And this is where the rubber meets the road. This Darlington defense has played such excellent football, a heck of a first half, but it's been the running game of the Bruins that showed up here in the 3rd quarter. Both drives, they had a lot of success on the ground, and Darlington's going to have to take that away and make a stop here.
4 wide set here for the Bruins. Knuckles lines him up. Collins in the backfield with him. He's going to put the ball in the air, connects with Foster. He shakes off a couple of tackles, stays up. Another hit, and he's going to go down at about the 39-yard line, a 1st down on the first play.
Somehow he managed to stay in bounds there while getting whacked by a couple of Tiger defenders. You got an injury. We got a Tiger down, Matt.
Indeed we do, at about the 20-yard line. It looks like one of the teammates is working it out like it's maybe a cramp or something like that. So
yeah. I see Jeremy Payne over there trying to help his teammate out. I can't catch the number there.
Coach Groves goes over there, and also Donnie, the trainer here for the Darlington Tigers. Still a lot of time in this football game. Tigers right now trailing at 21-17 after leading much of the game. Still working on the cramp right now.
Yep, and he's up on his feet. Is that 52?
Yes, it is.
All right, so that's Evan Parton.
Looks like he'll be able to probably walk that off. We'll see him back pretty soon, I would assume.
Yeah, never any fun. A couple of score updates. Tryon leads Model 24-6 in the 3rd quarter. Armurchie up 42-7 over South Northeast Whitfield. Sonoraville trails Calhoun 38-16. Pepperell 19-14 in the fourth over Temple.
Wow.
And then 28-28 between Coosa and Towns County in the third.
Kind of felt like Coosa would have a pretty good edge in that one. That one surprises me a little bit. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Knuckles is going to line them up in the gun. He's got Collins in the backfield, looking off to the sidelines, getting some signals. He'll take the snap, drops back, clean pocket for him, puts the ball in the air, and that's going to be incomplete to Foster. Flag comes in, pass interference.
Yeah. Hayden Davis was there. He just didn't turn his head to find the ball, and that's going to draw the flag. And that'll extend this drive. We haven't seen the Bruins throw the ball downfield that much. They took a shot there and got the flag. So that'll move the ball forward. Let's see where they spot that. Marching it off from the 39.
All the way across midfield. Keeps on marching down to the 46.
So a costly penalty there, and that puts Darlington up to 8 penalties for 80 yards on the night.
1st and 10 from the 46 for the Bruins. They lead it at home. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to run the ball to the near sidelines, gets out of bounds after maybe a short pickup. If you got anything, it was a yard.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage. A nice stop there. Boy, he carries that ball out there way too far from my comfortability. Hopefully the Tigers can pop one loose.
Two wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. There's the snap. Quarterback drops back, puts the ball in the air, connects with one of his favorite targets, Austin Cooley. And a short pass for a gain there.
Yep, and they're in no man's land here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this be 2-down territory if they don't pick the first down up here on 3rd down.
So 3rd and 5 from the 41-yard line here for Northwest, working from left to right. They're in Tiger territory, leading at 21-17. 2 wide receivers on either side of the formation here for Knuckles with Collins in the backfield. Flag comes in, as you mentioned, a false start, so that'll back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, that's a big penalty there. That's something that they had cleaned up most of this half, but that's a big one. Puts them in a 3rd and long, and this is a big opportunity for Darlington to get off the field here, Matt.
They absolutely need to stop right here. Definitely don't want to go down 2 scores. Well, they're already down by 4. We get ready for the snap to Knuckles. 2 wide on each side of the formation. With 10:23 left to go here in the final quarter of the football game. There's the snap, dropping back. They'll put it in the air. Screen pass connects with Collins, who came out of the backfield, and he's going to be dropped at around the 40. That was a good play.
Great tackle by Duggan there, though, because it was a well-executed screen pass. Very well-executed screen pass, and if Duggan doesn't make that play, he's gone. Kiss him goodbye. But he did make the play. A big stop on 3rd down. I'm kind of surprised here that Northwest is going to punt the ball away at the 40, but they are lined up to punt. We'll see if they actually kick it away. Darlington's in safe coverage.
Hudson Gray to handle the punting duties if they do indeed punt. Low snap. He'll pick it up, though, and they do punt it away. Going to try to pin the Tigers way back, and they may do it. This one's going to drop. Takes a Tiger bounce out to about the 14. So it's still not going to be great field position. But
I'm really surprised they did not go for it there and go for the jugular here and see if they could put the Tigers away. If they win, got a touchdown, it was gonna be tough for Darlington to overcome that deficit. Instead, they punted it away and have given this Darlington Tigers the offense back the ball, and they get a chance to go see if they can take the lead back.
It's 9:44. You're listening to high school football on WLAQ. We're watching on the live video stream provided by Darlington School, produced by Northwest Georgia Media. Tigers will run to the line of scrimmage now with 1st and 10. They're going to start at their own 14-yard line. Konchesky lines him up. He's got Floyd in the backfield with him and 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Let's see what they dial up here to start this drive. Here's the snap to Konchesky. He'll turn, hand it off to Demarion Floyd. Boy, he gets popped immediately.
Yeah,
takes a loss.
Absolutely. Swallowed whole.
He's going to lose 5 yards on that play.
And this D-line for Northwest is tough, man. They've got some players.
So that's going to drop them back to the 10-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 15 here for the Darlington Tigers. Trying to come up with something here late. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 on the near. Konchesky is getting ready to take the snap. He's got the ball, drops back, puts the ball in the air on a screen, connects with Aiden Davis, gets a nice block, stays up. He's across the 20. That was a good play.
Yes, it was.
Well executed by the Tigers.
Yes, absolutely. Just a nice throw there by Konchesky.
And who helped him with that block there? I didn't catch who it was, but
Sam 20 was out there.
So that's going to be 3rd down and 3 here for the Tigers with 8:24 left to go in the ball game, trailing 21-17.
Big down here.
Indeed it is. Shotgun formation, 2 wide on the near side. Konchesky's going to have Floyd in the backfield with him. I'm going to turn down the cowbell mic. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off.
Wow.
And he got a 1st down.
Yes, he did. Just willed it there. Demarion Floyd willed his way to a 1st down there.
So the ball now at the Darlington 26-yard line with a fresh set of downs. Back out on the field is going to be Hendrix Jones for this package. Going to have Aiden Davis split to the near side as a wide receiver. Jones is going to line up at the slot here on this near side. Everybody else is in tight. Sammy Konchesky will take the snap, hands it off to Demarion Floyd, bounces off a defender, and trying to make something happen here. He's going to take a big loss.
Ooh. Yeah, and they've gone backwards on both 1st down plays on this drive. That was absolutely blown up from the start. It was number 5 that flew in there, Caden Ramsey, to disrupt that play, and Floyd tried to make a play, but in the end was pulled down for a huge loss.
What did he lose, about 8 yards on that play?
Yeah.
4, 3 wide, 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. This is 2nd and 18. 7:04 left in the game. Darlington trailing at 21-17. Konchesky ready to take the snap with Demarion Floyd in the backfield with him. There is a pass. They're going to connect on a screen and brought down pretty quickly as Hendrix Jones.
Try to get Hendrix Jones the ball in space. He's a heck of an athlete, but that time he was hemmed up by this defense.
Well, the Tigers are in a tight spot now. 6:35 left to go in the ball game. They trail 21-17, and they got a 3rd down and 19 coming up in this play.
And I've not seen Talon Shirey on the field this possession, which makes me wonder if something happened that we missed.
Good observation. You're right. 4 wide set, 2 on each side. Konchesky ready to take the snap. He's got the ball. Drops back, looking to throw, puts it up the middle of the field, connects with Hendrix Jones, but he is dropped pretty quickly. They did get some yards there, but that sets up a 4th and a long way to go.
It does. It was completed. Konchesky's had so much pressure that he's looking to get rid of that ball quickly. They're going to have to punt this away and hope that the defense can come up big one more time.
And again, trotting out onto the field to handle the punting duties is going to be Trenton Moore. And you're right, we hadn't seen Shirey in a while. Here comes the kick from Moore. That one's going to be end over end, drops at the 50, bounces around at midfield, takes a friendly Northwest Whitfield bounce for them, and they're going to have great field position to start the drive.
Yes, they are. They will start it at the Darlington. That's their best field position of the night to start a drive.
And the way this game is going, if they can put up some points here, it feels like it would be likely the final dagger in this game.
Absolutely. But the Tigers won't quit. We know that. They're going to fight till the bitter end.
So let's see if they can come up with a stop. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 on the near. This is 1st and 10 from the 47. They're going to hand it off to the big guy, and they stuff him pretty quick. Jacob Lee is brought down after a short gain.
And here's where the Bruins, they're going to want to pound the rock and run the clock. That could play to the Tigers' advantage, though, if they get too conservative.
2nd and 9, 3 wide on the far side, 1 on the near side. Knuckles getting ready to take the snap.
They will run the clock if they can.
4:57 and the clock ticking here in the fourth quarter. There's Knuckles, throws a pass out to the far side, connects with a wide receiver, and he's dropped quickly after about a 3-yard gain. Kendris Douglas.
And Demarion Floyd laid the boom there. Excellent. He had a blocker out in front. Konchesky took on the blocker, and Floyd finished the tackle. Huge third down here for the Tigers.
2 wide receivers on each side of the formation. This is 3rd down and 7. 4:28 left to go in the ball game. Northwest up 21-17 over your Darlington Tigers. Ball is at the 43-yard line. Dropping back is Knuckles, looking downfield to throw. Throws a dart, connects with his wide receiver number 7, Austin Cooley, and converts the first down.
Yeah, absolutely. He had plenty of time there. Cooley got in the middle of the defense there and just sat down and gave his quarterback a target. Put it right on the numbers. Picked up a big first down.
That hurt.
It did, but they're not in the end zone yet, and anything shy of that keeps the Tigers in this ball game. They just need to keep them out of the end zone, Matt, and they'll have an opportunity to at least even this game up.
4 wide set, 2 on each side, shotgun formation. Collins is going to be in the backfield here with Knuckles. This play will start at the 33-yard line. And here comes the snap to Knuckles. He'll turn, hands it off. That's actually not Collins. That was number 46 again, Jacob Lee, who gets a few yards.
Lee's had himself a pretty good second half. After not seeing him get a touch in the first half, he's had 6 or 7 carries here in the second. And they're going to be very patient snapping the ball.
Absolutely.
Darlington has they have 2 timeouts left. They did have to spend one earlier.
So a 4 wide receiver set, 2 on each side. In the backfield. Knuckles gets ready to take the snap with Collins back here with him to his left. We're down to the 3-minute mark here of this football game. 21-17, Northwest leads it. Here's the snap. Knuckles is going to pitch the ball to the near side, gets it over to Collins, and he's going to be dropped pretty quickly after about a 3-yard gain.
Sets up a 3rd and manageable. I don't know if this is definitely 4-down territory unless they opt to kick a field goal. No point in punting when you're inside the 30-yard line. So Darlington's going to have to come up big here on 2 straight downs.
So shotgun formation, Collins in the backfield, 4 wide receiver set here on 3rd and 7 as we get ready for Northwest Whitfield to snap the ball. They got the ball inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line in Tiger territory, trying to get a first down here and bleed out the clock. There's the snap. Quarterback turns, fires, and that's going to be incomplete. Great defense right there by Aiden Davis.
Fantastic defense there. Would have been easy for him to go through the player to try to get the ball, but he did a great job cutting on that, getting a hand in there to disrupt it. Not only do you break the pass up, that stops the clock. So that is a huge, huge play, and they are going to roll the dice here on 4th down and see if they can put this game away. A conversion here it would be detrimental to the Tigers' chances.
So Northwest will go to the line of scrimmage with a 4 wide receiver set. Knuckles is going to have Collins in the backfield with him, and it looks like they may try to draw him off sides here.
They may.
Yeah. No, they're going to call a timeout. Yeah. All right. So we're going to do the same thing. Glad to have you with us. 2:10 left to go in the ball game. Northwest Whitfield up over Darlington, 21-17. Big 4th down coming up after a 30-second break. This is a real big down coming up. 4th down and 7 here. Well, actually more like 5 here for Northwest Whitfield. And it looks like they're going to run an offensive play, see if they can convert this 4th down and try to put this thing out of reach. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side. Dropping back is Knuckles, looking down the field. He's going to put the ball in the air, and he's going to be short.
No, sir.
Kendris Douglas was the receiver. He caught it, but it looked like he caught it a yard or two short of the first down marker. And they're going to say he's short. Yep.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. A little worried about the spot there for just a second because that looked like it was stone cold short. Darlington dialed up pressure, which they haven't done a lot of, but what a great tackle there by Sammy Koncheski to stop him dead in his tracks. And Darlington has got the ball, 2 timeouts, 2 minutes, 3 seconds, a touchdown can win them this ball game.
Unbelievable turn of events. So let's see what they can do here with the final 2 minutes and 3 seconds of this football game, trailing 21-17 on the road. They will line up shotgun formation. Trips to the far side, one on the near. Sammy Koncheski with Floyd in the backfield. There's the snap. Koncheski's going to put the ball in the air. Connects with his receiver, but he's dropped immediately. It was Talon Shirey, and no gain.
Good to see him back on the field, but he's slow to get up, which, obviously. Shirey's going to suck it up and try to stay out there, but there's a little hitch in the giddy up.
So the Tigers are going to line up now with 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. 4 wide receiver set, 2 on each side. Floyd in the backfield with Sammy Koncheski. Koncheski turns quick, fires it to Demarion Floyd, gets him in space, and he's able to get about 4 yards on the play and gets out of bounds.
Yeah. And there's your other guy. You've got to find a way to get somebody who can break a big play, and they hit the swing pass there to D-Man. He gets upfield, gains a few yards, and it's all in here for the Tigers.
All right, so 3rd down and 7 coming up here for the Tigers. They've got the ball at the 27-yard line on their side of the field. 2 wide on each side of the formation. Floyd is in the backfield here with Sammy. Koncheski drops back. Actually, it was Twyman in the backfield with him now. They got company, and he takes the sack inside the 15-yard line. My goodness, not good.
You know who it was? It was Miles Mays once again making the play there. Koncheski, that play was blown up initially by Caden Ramsey, and then Koncheski had to fight back and try to find space, and Mays was there to clean it up. So 4th and 19 faces the Tigers after this timeout.
All right, so a timeout on the field. We're just going to keep it right here through this one. Do you have any more score updates, man?
Yeah,
at this point
I got
in time?
a few. So
Tryon,
Tryon's up 31-6. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to get their revenge. Armurchie wins 53-10.
Ooh.
How about that for the Indians? Calhoun has pulled away from Sonoraville, win that one 45-16. Pepperell still in the 4th, 19-14. So that's not a final yet. Murray County and Chattooga, 21-20. Chattooga leads that one in the 4th. Coosa and Town still knotted up at 28 in the 3rd. Rockmart beats Irwin County, 28-16. So that's pretty awesome. Bowden pulled away and beat Dade 42-15. Cartersville got up 45-0 in the 2nd quarter, and then I guess they put the middle school team in and let them play for a little while. Didn't score again. Adairsville beat Lakeview for Oglethorpe 49-13.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. We got the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show coming up after tonight's action. Also, the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game. Why don't you reach out there and grab that cowbell for me?
I'll gladly do it.
Oh, my goodness. There's the snap. Dropping back to Sammy Koncheski, and he's got company in the backfield. Avoids a sack, puts the ball in the air, and that is almost intercepted. Falls incomplete. That's a turnover on downs for the Tigers with 1:05 left to go in the ball game.
Hey, man, I tell you what, though, Jake Trebus was in the neighborhood. So Koncheski did a heck of a job there. He hasn't had a lot of time back there to throw. He at least gave himself a fighting chance, got that ball in the air, and it was close. If it's not tipped, Trebus catches that ball. But that'll do it for the Tigers, bud. They fought hard tonight, Matt, and this was a heck of a ball game back and forth. But they're going to come up just short here on the road.
So now Northwest Whitfield is going to have the ball over at the Tigers' 15-yard line after the turnover on downs. And like you say, effort from start to finish for both teams. It's been an epic ball game. And what a great game for you to have as you get ready to start region play next week, playing against a 4A school that'll be a playoff team, no doubt about it. And to come out of here with a close game and a one that you had a shot to potentially win, I think it's been a great night for the Tigers overall.
Yeah, no question about it. And And you see Wayne Groves, they had a timeout in the hole, and even though there's a minute and 2 seconds left, he's not going to leave anything on the field, including his timeouts. He's going to get his boys over there and keep scrapping until the clock reads 0.
Indeed. We'll have a very brief wrap-up here after this game because already got a little bit into the time of the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show, but we will take time to award the Honeymoon Bakery Icing on the Cake Player of the Game today. We may take a brief break after the game to kind of talk that over just a little bit because
there hasn't been a lot of time for us to catch our breath in this game. It's been nonstop action. 21-17 may not scream that from the scoreboard, but this has been a back-and-forth battle all night.
Yeah, these boys are going to be tired after this game on both sides.
Yeah.
They're going to sleep well tonight, no doubt about it. And then get ready for region play to start next week, so you got to get right back to work and get ready for your next opponent. All right. So there's a snap. They will take another knee. Under 1 minute to play. 40 seconds on the play clock, so they'll
have to snap it
one more time.
Have to snap it one more time. And tough loss for the Tigers. They really gave a great effort tonight. Just going to come up a little bit short.
And the Tigers are going to fall to 2-2 on the season. Not a bad start in those first non-region games. Had a tough schedule, played some good opponents, got better every single week, played a 4A school here, a good team, and gave them all they wanted. Had an opportunity at different times to potentially win this football game. So this is a really good Darlington Tigers football team getting ready for region play to start next week.
Yeah, it's a great tune-up, Matt, and I know, trust me, there's no consolidation prize here. The Tigers wanted to win this ball game, but they are set up to go and really make a run at yet another region title. After a strong non-region performance in these first 4 games.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break. Wish we had a better ending, but it was a great ball game. Tigers come up short tonight, 21-17 on the road at Tunnel Hill. Northwest Whitfield comes out with the victory here at home, so congratulations to them. And we'll get ready for region play to start next week at Chris Hunter Stadium versus Dade County. Let's send it back to the studio for a 3-minute timeout. 3-minute timeout. We'll come back for a brief wrap-up and get you ready for the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show. Honeymoon Bakery Icing on the Cake Player of the Game's coming up after the break.